remind you that there is no flash photography permitted inside the theater and no smoking. And just please keep the aisles free because the actors are going to be using them during the show. We have 5 plays for you tonight. We encourage everybody to stay for all of them because they're all really good. And that's about it. Have a nice evening.
Anyone there? Anyone at home? Pat? Michael? How extraordinary. Nice manners, I must say.
Oh, it's open. Hello, Sandra.
Jennifer, haven't seen you for ages.
What are you doing here?
I'm like you, too early for the party. It's always so shaming to be early, isn't it?
What's this about a party? Whose party?
Well, not a party exactly. The Torrances just said come in for drinks.
They asked you in for drinks today?
Why not? Isn't that why you're here?
Not exactly.
Why shouldn't the Torrances ask me in for drinks?
Oh, no reason at all. If they'd been in England.
Do you mean they're not in England?
They're gone.
But Pat Torrance rang me up Tuesday, the day before yesterday.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh, really, darling? You must do better than that. It's never any good sticky news story that won't gel.
Oh, really, Jennifer?
And I suppose you got Pat Torrance to lend you the key of the flat. And you're meeting someone here. Oh, who is it? You might tell me, or shall I try and guess?
You're talking absolute nonsense. I told you, Pat
Oh,
Torrance
darling,
rang me up.
not all over again. Think of something better. Perhaps she asked you to come see the canary.
Well, as a matter of fact, she did
But
mention.
I'd already agreed to feed a little bit for her. Love it by the birdie. Your birdie will simply love it. How forgetful of Pat's asked the 2 of us to do the same thing.
Oh, really, Jennifer?
Oh, don't be cross. I'm only teasing. It's so lovely catching one's friends out. But you might just tell me who he is. I swear I'll be as fat as the grave.
That'll be the day.
Now, don't lose your temper, sweetie. What really surprises me is that the Torrances should aid in the bet. I've always found them rather straight-laced. I put it down to living abroad so much in remote outposts of what used to be empire. Sweetie, do tell me who it is you're having an affair with.
I'm not having an affair with anyone.
Then why are you here in the Torrances' flat and there in the south of France? Telling silly fibs about a cocktail party.
There must have been some mix-up or other. You know how things are on the phone. Perhaps Pat meant next week. But I can tell you, I came here expecting to find a party, and that's all there is to it.
Then you're really and truly not expecting to meet someone here.
The only person I'm actually expecting to meet here is John.
Your husband?
Yes, he said he would join me as soon as he could get away from the office.
Dear John. Such a pet, isn't he?
Naturally, I think so.
Such a nice, simple, trusting man. He simply worships you, doesn't he?
Well, he doesn't actually dislike me.
What a splendid understatement. Men don't usually dislike you, do they? Quite the contrary.
Hadn't you better feed the canary if that's what you really came for?
Sandra, are you suggesting that I came here to meet someone?
Certainly not. I would never dream of such a thing.
Well, that really is a bitchy thing to say. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Here you are, then, lullaby for the birdie. You know, there's something rather non-you about a canary. But then again, there's something terribly non-you about the Torrances. And all this traveling about to strange places and bringing back souvenirs. Well, I stole an ashtray from the Carlton and Con once, but I never forgave myself. And why only 1 bird? Why not 2? Oh, look at the poor little mite, all shut up in one room and simply pining for a mate. But then, if there were 2 of you, you'd have to be faithful, wouldn't you? Such a bore. My God, he struck his own weight in water this morning. Never mind. Mother will get you some more. Or do you suppose he'd rather have gin? What if it is a he? How do you tell? Darling, what are you doing out there? I was looking for the Torrances. I tell you they're abroad. Or perhaps you weren't looking for the Torrances. Well, that's my tour done for the day, and I'm going. Bye, Sandra.
I might as well come with you. No point in my staying, obviously.
But what about John? He'll be coming.
little fellow, does he talk?
Only Swahili.
A very expressive language I've always understood.
Well, I must fly. So nice just seeing you. Bye, darling. Oh, give my love to John, won't you? It's all been the greatest fun.
Who the devil was that?
Jennifer Bright.
A friend of yours?
I wouldn't say so.
What was she doing here?
You heard her. She came to feed the canary. Whatever are you doing here?
Well, darling, I came to see you.
Me?
Oh, by the way, whose flat are we in?
The Torrances.
Oh, I see. It's very nice and suitable. Do both the Torrances sleep on this? Surely not.
I think it opens into a double.
Well, that's kind of it. Sandra,
David,
it has been a while.
too long.
All of a week.
No, Monday at the theater.
That wasn't what I meant. Has it been long for you, too?
An age. I do wish we didn't have to be so secretive.
Well, we do.
All this plotting and planning, it's such a bore.
Well, it won't always be like this, but just for now, that woman, damn it, I'm her butting in like that. What does she think?
About us?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid.
Oh, she'll go away and talk, huh? What damn bad luck. We've been so careful up till now.
I told her I was expecting to meet John here later.
Did she believe you?
She might have done if you hadn't walked in.
Well, like I said, damn bad luck. Although I must say you did a very good job of looking surprised.
But I was surprised.
Well, how could you be when you'd asked me to come?
I didn't ask you to come.
Didn't?
No.
But I got a message.
What message?
Would I meet a Mrs. Gray at 513 Albury Mansions at 6:30? And this is Albury Mansions, isn't it?
Well, of course it is.
Well then.
David, there's something very queer about all of this. The Torrances rang me up and asked me to come for drinks.
Well, here we go again. Who are the Torrances?
What? Michael and Pat. They just got back from Africa or the Middle East or somewhere. The United Nations, UNESCO, that sort of thing.
Well, obviously, there's all the right sort of trappings. So the Torrances rang you up and asked you for drinks. Well, obviously, it's the wrong day because there's no signs of preparation for a party or anything. But how did you get in?
Well, I rang and then I found that the door wasn't locked. The catch in the air was down.
So it is. That's peculiar.
It's very peculiar. And the most peculiar thing of all is that the Torrances went to the south of France last Saturday. So how on earth could Pat Torrance ring me up the day before yesterday?
Well, she rang you up herself? It wasn't a message?
No, it was Pat. At least I thought it was.
But now you're not so sure. Did you recognize her voice?
I don't know her awfully well. She said Pat Torrance speaking. It never occurred to me that it wasn't her.
There's something behind all this I don't quite understand.
I don't either. But I don't like it.
But what's the point of it all? Ringing you up, pretending to be Patricia Torrance, and getting you to come here, and then getting me to come here by sending me a message apparently from you. What does it all add up to?
I wonder.
Oh, you've got some idea about it. Come on, tell me.
I wondered if it might not be John.
John?
Sometimes I thought that he's begun to suspect about us.
You never told me.
Well, I thought I was probably imagining it.
John. But how would he tie up with the Torrances? Could he have gotten this Torrance woman to ring you up and then...
No, that's absurd. He hardly knows her.
Well, he could have managed to borrow their flat and then got somebody or other to ring you up and pretend to be Patricia Torrance.
But why? Why?
My dear girl, use your head to catch us in the act, in flagrante delicto.
Oh, I see.
He probably has a couple of bowler-hatted private detectives hiding in the bathroom. No, you couldn't even hide a bowler hat in there. In this place, well, it's as bare as your hand. He probably means to come here himself and surprise us in amorous play.
What a beastly, disgusting thing to do!
No use taking such a high and moral tone, darling. A husband is justified, I suppose, in being annoyed if he finds his wife has taken a lover. So how long have you two been married now?
3 years.
Well, John is still inclined to be on the jealous side, huh?
Well, of course he's jealous. You know that. But on the other hand, he's frightfully simple. I was quite sure he hadn't got a clue until just lately.
Well, I suppose some good, kind friend has been around and told him the good news. Well, I must say, we've always been careful enough.
Somebody always knows.
Yes. Well, in that case, I think the best thing to be done is for us to beat a hasty retreat. We'll meet at the usual place tomorrow. And be sure you're not followed. We certainly can't risk anyone. We'll just get your things.
Who do you think?
Shh. And if that's John and he doesn't hear anything, maybe he'll go away again.
The door, it's open.
I wish I'd put that damn catch down. Well, just try to relax. Just sit down. Alec.
Hello, David. Hello, Sandra. Darlings, how devastating. devastating. We three seem to be much too early for the party.
Oh, there is a party then. We were just wondering.
Yes, it doesn't look much like it, though, does it? No canapé, no baked meats, no olives. The party is here, isn't it? The Torrances aren't giving it somewhere else, are they?
Well, we wondered.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I came about 5 minutes ago, and Davy's just arrived.
Oh, I see. You didn't come together.
No.
Pat rang you, did she?
No, it was Michael, as a matter of fact. A terribly vague chap. I don't know him all that well. He just said, would I toddle along to drink 6:30 p.m. onwards? So, here I am.
All dressed up.
Well, I've been to the garden party. My dear, the people nowadays. Anyway, I gathered this was to be quite a do.
Did Michael say so?
No, he just said drinks, but there are ways of saying things. Phew, well, there's something. I'm sure he'd want us to celebrate. So. Ah, gin. All right, there seems to be time.
Fine.
Well, it seems to be quite clear what's happening. The Torrances, they are giving a party, but they're giving it somewhere else. And either they thought we knew where they were giving it, or they forgot to say.
It's all rather queer, isn't it? I mean that they should have forgotten to say so to all three of us. Well, absent friends seems the right toast. To the Torrances.
The Torrances?
Somebody, it was Jennifer Bryce, as a matter of fact, told me that the Torrances were abroad. I didn't believe her, but now I wonder.
Jennifer Bryce? Has she been here?
Well, she came to visit.
Canary.
Oh, my dears, how intriguing. Now, wait a minute. Let me work this all out. The Torrances are away. Somebody, we don't know who, has invited the three of us here. But why? Exciting, isn't it? Quite like one of those mysteries in books. Perhaps they'll expect us to hunt round for a clue. You know, that'll send us on to the next place. Yes. Ooh, what frightfully extraordinary things the Torrances have. I suppose they brought this back with them from Baghdad. What a strange nose it's got.
Yes, cruel.
Darling, that's very penetrating of you. Yes, it is cruel, isn't it? It's odd, but this whole flat seems rather cruel to me. So bare and cold. These four walls that hold you in, and just the bare minimum of necessities to live in it. What a horrible place to be trapped up in if you couldn't get out.
It's a perfectly ordinary modern flat, Alec. Now, don't start thinking up things.
You're so hardy, David. Won't let me have any pleasant imaginings. And this, I believe, is what is known as the Damascus bride chest. Ooh, seems to have worm. Ooh, here's one of those bloodthirsty knives that you stab your wife with when she's been unfaithful. The inlay on the hill's rather nice, isn't it, David? Well, go on, take it. Won't bite you.
Yes, it's splendid.
So artistic. Don't you think it's nice, Sandra?
Yes, beautiful.
Ooh, what's up here? 5 floors up. Quite a drop. Might be a cliff in Cornwall. Perfect for suicide. I've dropped it. The knife, I've dropped it. Not on anyone's head, fortunately. Well, I suppose I'll have to go down and pick it up. What a bore. While I'm there, I'll see if I can find a porter.
I don't think there is one.
Well, there's an office. There must be a manager or a manageress. I'll just pop in and see if the Torrances are away and if they've left this flat to anyone.
Well, we might as well all go.
No. You stay here. Finish your drinks. Make yourself at home. I shan't be long.
Now, of course, that ass would turn up here. He's got the most malicious tongue in London.
Do you think he thought it odd, the two of us being here together?
I bet he did. He'll probably go around everywhere telling people we've got the Torrances to lend us their flats and them while they're away.
We better go.
No, wait. If we go off together, it looks bad. Isn't Alec rather a friend of John's?
Well, in a way, the person Alec was really devoted to is my first husband, Barry. He was really terribly upset when Barry died.
When he went over that cliff in Cornwall.
Yes, the way Alec went on, anyone would have thought I pushed Barry over.
Did you?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
I jolly near went over myself. It was terrifying. The whole cliff subsided after a heavy rain.
Well, so Alec doesn't like you very much.
I don't think Alec likes any women.
But he particularly doesn't like you.
What are you getting at?
Well, I just wondered if it could be Alec who's behind this whole thing. Getting us here, I mean.
But why should he?
Well, getting us to meet here and then passing the word to John to come and find us here together.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Anyway, if he had done that, why should he come here himself? It would ruin the whole point of the thing.
Yes, I guess you're right. Well, at any rate, we might as well get out of here now. We'll go and join friend Alec down below.
I must say, I'd like to know the explanation of all this. It does seem so clear. I can't really believe that Alec...
Hello. This door's locked. No, it's not the U. You see, there's another lock below, a mortise lock. That seems to be locked.
But it can't be. We got in quite easily.
Well, somebody seems to have locked it from the outside.
Locked us in, you mean?
Yes.
But that's absurd. We can... Who locked it?
Alec.
Alec? Why should Alec lock us in? All we have to do is bang or shout.
No, don't do that. Sit down. We've got to think this out first. There's something very odd going on. It may be Alec or it may be someone else, but somebody locked us in here, pretending to you to be the Torrances and sending me a message, apparently from you. Well, whoever it is, they got us here, and now we're locked up in here together.
But it's absurd. We've only got to shout.
Oh, yes, shout. And then what happens? A scandal. Here we are in somebody else's flat. It's obviously a guilty assignation of some kind, and then some practical joker has locked us in.
Well, then the sooner we call this bluff, the better. We'll raise a hell of a row and pass it all off to the
I
jury.
tell you, I simply can't afford a scandal. It'll absolutely ruin my chances of getting that appointment. If John were to bring divorce proceedings now, it'd be the end.
What a selfish brute you are. You never think of anyone but yourself. What about me? What about my reputation?
Well, you've never had much of one. Sit down. Let me think. Yes, somebody's laid a trap for us, and now we're caught in it. We've got to think of the best way out.
You still think it was John. I don't believe it.
Oh, it's Alec I'm thinking of. Alec hates my guts. He always has. Well, supposing Alec worked upon John and...
What is it?
Sawdust. There's a little heap of sawdust. These holes, they're not wormholes. They've been drilled. 4 little round holes. Air holes, so that somebody could breathe.
What do you mean?
Well, supposing Alec worked upon John. Supposing he suggested that John was hide in that chest and that he, Alec, would arrange to get us here together.
Do you mean that John is hiding now in that chest? That he's there now? And he's heard all we've been saying?
Oh, I think it's possible. Quite possible. My God.
What is it? What is it?
Don't look inside.
What is it?
Come and sit down. No, don't scream. Keep your voice down. We've got to keep our heads over this.
Tell me!
It's John. He's there in that chest. And he's dead.
Dead? John?
He's been killed. Did you do it?
Me? What do you mean?
Well, you were here when I came. You sent me a message.
Why should I kill John in some strange flat and then ask you to come here?
Well, so that we should be in it together, my dear. You've hinted once or twice that you should like to marry me. You knew divorce doesn't suit my book.
Do you think I want to get us both hanged for murder?
No, you thought we'd get away with it. This is somebody else's flat, isn't it? People who are away. Who was to know that we'd ever been in here? There's no porter downstairs. Nobody saw us come in, and we've no connection with the place.
Well, I might just as well say that you killed John. You came here, perhaps, met John, and then killed him and put him in that chest. And then you went away, watched me to arrive, and then came back.
Oh, for God's sake, don't talk such rot. The trouble with you is you're so damnably stupid.
You're saying what you really think now, aren't you? None of your famous charm. You're a louse, that's what you are, a louse and a rat.
And what about you? How many men have you hopped in the bed with, I should like to know?
You bastard! You filthy, rotten bastard! Who do you think it is?
I don't know.
Should we answer?
Not.
Well, it may just be Alec ringing up from down below. No, don't.
I can't think. I can't think.
Well, if it was Alec, he'll think it rather odd, won't he?
Well, if that was Alec, he'd probably come up and see. I don't think it was Alec.
Well, who do you think it was?
Oh, I don't know. I've got to think. We've got to think this out clearly. Yeah, somebody got us here, and then somebody got John here. Now somebody's locked us in from the outside. Oh, Alec. It must be Alec.
What are you doing?
Do you remember that Curtis knife that Alec dropped over the balcony? He said he was going downstairs to pick it up.
What about it?
Well, he didn't pick it up. It's still down there.
I don't understand.
Well, John was stabbed with that knife. Don't you see that the pattern's getting pretty plain?
I don't see anything. This is like a nightmare.
There's only one person that could be behind all this. Alec. He told John that we two had arranged to meet here, and suggested that John should bore some holes in that chest and hide inside. And then Alec stabbed John and left him there. And then he went away, watched for us to come, and then he came back. He drew our attention to that knife. You remember, he had his clothes on the whole time. He gave it to me. Well, he made me take it. And then you... Our fingerprints are on that knife, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. And then he went away and then locked us in. Locking us in with a murdered man. 2 people with the best motives in the world for killing him.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Your fingerprints and mine on that knife, and nobody else's. And there's not a damn thing we can do but wait for the police to arrive.
The police? Why should the police arrive?
Well, don't you see that that's logically bound to be the next thing that happens? The next stage in Alec's plan?
Alec must be mad. Mad. Why should he do this to us?
Well, you said he was devoted to your first husband, Barry. You've only got to take one look at Alec to see what kind of devotion that was.
Yes, but what has that got to do with John?
Well, did you push Barry over that cliff?
Of course I didn't. I told you I
Listen,
didn't.
Sandra, I don't care, Dan, whether you did or not, but we've got to get this in the clear because we've got to know Alec's reason. Did you? You were in love with John. But John, he was a straight, simple type. Barry was a rich man, and John was poor. And divorce wouldn't have suited you. You were out on that cliff together, you and Barry, and the landslide happened. You saw your chance, and you pushed Barry over. Didn't you? Didn't you? And Alec knew.
He couldn't have known.
Oh, Alec knew his people. He not only suspected, he was sure. He bided his time. You married John, and then when you got tired of John, you started to interfere with me. And then Alec saw his chance to punish, as he put it, John and you and me. Mad? Well, of course he's mad, but the question is, what are we going to do about it now?
We've got to get out of here.
Well, of course we've got to get out of here, but how?
We can beat on the door. We can shout.
What the hell will that do us? Somebody will come in, they'll find us, and then they'll find the body, and there we shall be. On in for murder and a defense so fantastic that no counsel will listen to it. My God, you've been till that Bryce moment we were expecting to meet John here.
But we'll say Alec was here. We'll explain.
Idiot! Alec will simply deny the whole thing. He had his clothes on every moment he was here. He'll just deny having been near the place. He probably has a nice little alibi cooked up somewhere.
Someone must have seen him come here.
Oh, in a rabbit warren like this? I doubt it. Some way out. There must be some way out.
Is there a fire escape?
Well, in the corridor outside, I dare say, but from here, there's nothing but a sheer drop. Some way, there must be some way.
The telephone. We can ring someone up. We can say this.
Yes, why the hell didn't I think of that before? But who could we ring up? What could we say?
Answer it. For God's sake, answer it. It can't be worse than this.
Yes, I think you're right there. Hello? It's Alec.
Alec. What is it? What did he say?
He said we were caught like rats in a trap. Like the rats we are. He said that in 3 or 4 minutes the police would be arriving.
Police! No. No, there must be some way out.
Oh, there's only one way out. Through the window and down.
Suicide? You're mad. They'll believe what we say. We'll explain.
We'll be charged with murder. We'll be convicted.
There must be some way out. There must.
What are you trying to do, you little fool? Claw your way out?
I didn't do it. I didn't kill John. It's all your fault. Why did I ever meet you? Why didn't you just leave me alone?
Bloody little bitch, you got me into this.
I hate the sight of you. I tell you, I hate the sight of you. You're cold and hard and cruel and selfish as sin. You've never given a damn about anyone in this world except for yourself.
Open up, it's the police.
Oh, let them do it. You got away with it the first time, didn't you? But you won't get away with it this time.
Come on, open up.
I hate you.
Or perhaps it'll be 75 years in a prison cell, huh? How would you care for that? 75 years in a prison cell.
They'll break the door down.
Oh, why should they be coming for me? It's you they should be coming for, not me. You pushed Barry over that cliff. Not me. Why the hell should I get involved?
Rats in a trap, that's what we are. Rats in a trap.
Excuse me. Is the seat taken?
Excuse me?
Is this seat taken?
Yes, it is.
Oh. Sorry.
Sure thing.
Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
Excuse me?
Is this seat taken?
No, but I'm expecting somebody in a minute.
Oh. Thanks anyway.
Sure thing.
Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
No, it's not, but I'm expecting somebody very shortly.
Well, would you mind if I sit here till he or she or it comes?
Well, they seem to be pretty late.
You never know, you might be turning down.
No, sorry. Nice try, though.
Sure thing. Excuse me. Is this chair taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I...
Yes, I would.
Excuse me. Is this chair taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I sit here?
No, go ahead.
Thanks. Every place else seems to be taken.
Uh-huh.
Great place.
Uh-huh.
What's the book?
If you don't mind, I'd just like to read in quiet.
No. Sure thing. Great place.
Yes, I like it.
What's the book?
The Sound of the Fury.
Oh, Hemingway. What's the book?
The Sound of the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Have you read it?
Not actually. Sure read about it, though. It's supposed to be great.
It is great.
I hear it's great. Waiter. What's the book?
The Sound of the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Oh, do you like Faulkner?
I'm a Mets fan myself.
Do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner.
Oh, he's incredible.
I spent a whole winter reading him once.
Oh, well, I've just started myself.
I was so excited after the first 10 pages, I went out and bought everything else he's ever written. One of the greatest reading experiences of my life. I mean, all that incredible psychological understanding. Page after page of gorgeous prose. The way he's grasped the mystery of time and human existence. The smells of the earth. What do you think?
I think he's pretty boring.
What's the book?
Sound of the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Oh, do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner.
Oh, he's incredible.
I spent a whole winter reading him once.
Oh, well, I was so excited after the first 10 pages, I went out and bought everything else he'd ever written.
All that incredible psychological understanding.
And that gorgeous prose.
And the way he's grasped the mystery of time
And human existence. You know, I can't believe I've waited this long to start.
Well, you never know. You might not have liked him before.
That's true.
You might not have been ready for him. You have to hit these things at the right moment or it's just no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the timing. My name is Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I think reading Faulkner was a great experience.
Yeah.
The Sound of the Furies.
Well, onwards and upwards.
Waiter. You have to hit these things at the right moment or it's just no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the timing. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
So, do you come in here a lot?
Actually, I'm just in town for a couple of days from Pakistan.
So, do you come in here a lot?
Every other day, I think. Do you?
Not much anymore. Not as much as I used to. Before my nervous breakdown. So, you come in here a lot?
Why are you asking?
Just interested?
Are you really interested, or are you just trying to pick me up?
Oh, I'm really interested.
Why would you be interested in whether or not I come in here a lot?
Just getting acquainted?
Maybe you're only interested for the sake of asking me back to your place, so we can listen to some great music, or because you've just gotten some new tape for your VCR, or because you've got some terrific unknown Django Reinhardt record. Only all you'll really want to do is fuck, which you won't do very well, after which you'll go into the bathroom and pee very loudly, and then you'll pound into the kitchen, get yourself a beer without asking me whether I like anything, and then you'll confess to having some girl named Stephanie who's away in medical school in Belgium for a year, and that you've been involved with her in what you'll call a very intimate relationship, off and on, and for 7 years! None of which interests me, mister!
Okay. So you come in here a lot?
Yeah, I think.
I come in here quite a lot. I don't remember ever seeing you.
I guess we must be on
Misconnections.
Different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to someone in this town and never even know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
We probably pass each other in the street every day. Right in front of this place, I bet.
Yeah.
The waiters here sure seem to be in some different time zone. I can't find one anywhere. Waiter? So what do you...
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Sorry.
I guess we must be on different schedules.
Misconnections.
Different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to someone in this town and never even know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
Actually, I was.
Oh. Boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
My husband.
Uh-huh. You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
Actually, I was.
Oh. Boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
Well, we were just meeting here to break up.
Mm-hmm. What's a sort of boyfriend?
My lover. Oh, here she comes right now.
You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, I'm just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself?
Do you think so?
Well, sure. I mean, what's a good-looking woman like yourself doing out alone on a Friday night?
Trying to keep away from lines like that.
Listen, you weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it?
I guess
Reading
it
here all by
is.
yourself?
I guess it is in a way.
I mean, what's a good-looking woman like yourself doing out alone on a Friday night? No offense, but...
Actually, I'm out alone on a Friday night for the first time in a very long time.
Oh.
You see, I just recently ended a relationship.
Oh.
A rather long-standing.
Sorry. Well, listen. Since reading by yourself is such a sad occupation for a Friday night, would you like to go somewhere else?
No.
Do something else.
No thanks.
I was headed to the movies in a while anyway.
I don't think so.
Big chance to let Faulkner catch his breath. All those long sentences get him pretty tight.
Thanks anyway.
Okay.
I appreciate the invitation.
Sure thing. You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here all by yourself?
I guess I was trying to think of it as existentially romantic. You know, great literature, cappuccino, a rainy night.
That only works in Paris. Oh, we could catch a late plane to Paris. Hop on a Concorde, find a cafe.
Well, I'm a little short on plane fare tonight, I'm afraid.
Darn it, so am I.
To tell you the truth, I was thinking after I finished this section, I was going to head out to the movies. Would you like to come along? You can't seem to locate a waiter.
It's a very nice offer. But
Girlfriend.
two, actually. One of them's pregnant, and Stephanie.
Girlfriend.
No, I don't have a girlfriend. Not give me that cash-reading bitch I dumped last night.
Girlfriend?
Sort of. Sort of.
What's a sort of girlfriend?
My mother? Actually, I just ended a relationship.
Oh.
Of rather long standing.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
This is my first night out alone in a long time, and I feel a little bit at sea, to tell you the truth.
So you didn't stop to chat because you're a Mooney or because you have some weird political affiliation?
No, I'm straight down the ticket Republican. I'm straight down the ticket Democrat. And I tell you something about politics. I like to think of myself as a citizen of the universe. I'm unaffiliated.
That's a relief. So
I hold my beliefs.
labels are not important.
Labels are not important, exactly. Well, like myself, for example. So what if I had a 2-point act, a 3-point act, a 4-point at college? What if I'm from Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Westchester County? I believe that a man is what he is. A person is what he is. A person is what they are.
I think so too.
So what if I admired Trotsky? So what if I once had a
crazy about Woody Allen.
Those early ones kind of get on my nerves.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was headed
Oh.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was headed to the movies in a little while.
Oh, so was I.
The Woody Allen Festival?
Just up the street?
Do you like the early ones?
Oh, I think anyone who does ought to be run off the planet.
How many times have you seen Bananas?
8 times.
12. So are you still interested?
Do you like Edmund's crumb cake?
Last night I went out at 2 in the morning to get one. Did you have an Etch-a-Sketch as a kid?
Yes.
I think they're gross.
They are gross.
Do you still believe in marriage in spite of current sentiments against it?
Yes.
And children?
3 of them?
2 girls and a boy.
Harvard, Vassar, and Brown.
And will you love me?
Yes.
And cherish me forever?
Yes.
Do you still want to go to the movies?
Sure thing.
Waiter?
Jin, 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 give me tandazo. Jin, 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 give me tandazo. Give me tandazo, give me tandazo. Give me tandazo, give me tandazo. Jin, 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 give me tandazo. Jin, 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 give me tandazo. Give me tandazo, give me tandazo, give me tandazo, give me tandazo. Como bagudara babe tandaza, como bagudara babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza. Jin jin jin, give me tandazo. Jin jin jin, give me tandazo. Give me tandazo, give me tandazo. Give me tandazo, give me tandazo. Jin 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 jin, give me tandazo. Jin jin jin, give me tandazo. Give me tandazo, give me tandazo. Give me tandazo, give me tandazo. Como bagudara babe tandaza, como bagudara babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza. Como bagudara babe tandaza, como bagudara babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza, babe tandaza. Dabba 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 dum bum. Dabba 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 dum bum 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 ba-da-da-da.
I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. He let us in, knows where we've been, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. We would be warm below the storm, in a little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our heads on the seabed, in an octopus's garden near a cave. Claire.
Claire?
There she is. Claire. Come up here, Claire.
Claire's our business manager.
Something's happening to Claire tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's becoming an old lady,
Yeah.
and we want to share it with her.
Thank you.
They don't know what we're going to do yet. Do they? I have no idea.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Claire. Happy birthday to you. From our company.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yes, we are the Octopies, and I hope you're enjoying the show. We have one more song to do for you. Before we leave, I just wanted to let you all know that we are singing in a full concert with the All-Nighters on Saturday, October 23rd, Family Weekend, at 2 p.m. in the Great Hall, and it's free. So please stop by and see the show. We have one more song, and enjoy the rest of the lines. Thank you. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. If I heat up, yeah, I know
into a world of pain and pleasure, greed and grief, sobriety and silliness, widows and vegetables, and sights and sounds too numerous to mention.
But before we get started, I'd like to say that there should be no flash photography taken during the show. The exits are here and here. And in the case of a water landing, your seat cushion will become a flotation device.
You'll have to be very, very quiet, because we're right in the middle of a very important funeral. The deceased.
He looks so natural.
Exactly like himself.
It's probably for the best.
He suffered so, etc., etc. You know, death is a funny thing. On the one hand, well, you're out of it. No more pain. No more pain, no more suffering, no more torment trying to answer the eternal questions of life. Like, is there a God? Or can there be life on other planets?
Or do I really look too much like Luke Skywalker in this outfit?
No, not that. But, on the other hand, think of the fun you'll miss. Never again to see the sunrise. Never to hold a little baby kitten in your arms. And never again to hear the snap, crackle, pop of your Rice Krispies. I'm getting here early and get good seats, right? No, let's get to that. Hey, Hortensio here. Please.
I'm not quite dead yet.
You're not fooling anyone yet. Such a sad life. Such a long, sad life. He was 97 the day he died. Chance would have it, it was also his wedding day. Ironic, no? You see, for 97 years, Hortensio was a bachelor, a man who devoted his life to science, the study of vegetables in general. And in particular, he was obsessed by the quest for the perfect zucchini. Ah, sure, his life has rewards. There's a lot of money in zucchini. Believe me, a lot of money. Invest now. But it was a lonely life, a sad life, a life among vegetables. He saw few people, except for his servant, Columbine. And I hate to speak badly of the living, but in truth, Columbine is a woman of easy virtue.
How easy was she?
She was so easy, the first thing she said when she woke up in the morning is, "Hey, all you guys on the same team or what?" 18 years ago, Columbine seduced Hortensio as he was distracted by a zucchini breakthrough. And 9 months later, the results of this seduction were bifold. Excuse me, bifold. Yes, I'm going to Hopkins. Hortensio produces a new strain of prize-winning zucchini. And Columbine produces their son, Leandro. Naturally, she expects him to do the right thing, to marry her. And she's looking at me like, yeah, skip town. But after 18 years of begging and nagging and pleading, Hortensio finally gives in, and the wedding was yesterday. Late last night, wrapped in her loving arms, dreaming of zucchinis, he died. There's a moral here somewhere. Does marriage inevitably lead to death? No, don't scoff. I beg you to consider. Think of the married people you know. Aren't they going to die eventually? Think of the dead people you know. Were they married? Sometimes. Life is just death and zucchini and zucchini and death and death and zucchini and zucchini and death. And you can stop me by applauding. Death and zucchini and zucchini and death. Well, let's get this show on the road.
Dead, he's dead. Dead, he's dead. Sad, 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 he's dead.
This is Columbine, Hortensio's recent bride, former servant, and current widow. Looks sad, doesn't she? But if the truth be known, she's more filled with relief than grief.
Thank God I got the whole bucket to bury me before it was too late. He not only made me respectable and our son Leandro legitimate, but he had the common courtesy to drop dead and leave me a very rich widow.
Over here is Leandro, Columbine's son, and the zucchini heir apparent. This lusty little creature is Wench, Columbine's servant. Yeah, I thought the name was a little odd, too. This gentleman, and I use that term loosely, is the captain, war hero, man about town, lover. Well, at least in his mind. He and Wench have been intimate friends, if you catch my drift. But his roving eye has recently been caught by Columbine's acquisition of wealth. Follow me, if you will. We're walking. Through here, Pantalone, my master, an evil old miser. Funerals bring out the philosophical side of his character. What does it mean to be dead? It means that Columbine is a very rich widow. This is Puella, Pantalone's daughter, and that's about all I can really say for her. This is Pedro. Pedro is a friend of mine and a fellow servant of Pantalone, but he's from West Virginia. So, as you can imagine, he's a really charming guy. Yeah. Way to put it. Back here is the doctor, a resident pre-med, and expert on just about everything, except fashion. And as to the women in black, well, I'm sworn to secrecy. And as for me, why, I am called Harlequin, the incorrigible punster. Don't encourage me. Very well, then, the funeral shall begin.
Caritas, Zucchinias,
I thought you were interested in marrying the widow Columbine. Oh, I am. Oh, you are? And you come to her funeral without flowers. Flowers? She's going to think you don't care. Well, why did you remind me, you fool? Well, where are the flowers for the mourning widow? Where are the flowers for the mourning widow?
Where are the flowers for the mourning widow? I don't know.
You don't know? Do you know how rich she is? You know I want to marry her. And here I am, empty-handed at her husband's funeral. And here he is, empty-handed at her husband's funeral.
And here he is, empty-handed at her husband's funeral. That's a shame.
That's a shame. That's a shame? Is that all you have to say? What can I give her? What can he give her?
What can he give her? Well, I ain't got no flowers. All I got's my lunch.
His lunch. His lunch? What am I supposed to do with the zucchini? What's he supposed to do with the zucchini?
What's he supposed to do with the zucchini?
Give it to the widow.
Give it to the widow.
Give it to the widow. Give it to the widow? A zucchini? A zucchini?
A zucchini? Why not?
Why not? Why not? What if she doesn't like zucchini? What if she doesn't like zucchini?
What if she doesn't like zucchini?
All women like zucchini.
All women like zucchini.
All women like zucchini.
What?
all women like zucchini.
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
Good idea. Thanks.
Thanks. You're welcome. Don't mention it. A zucchini for the widow? Ah, well, I'm sure she could do worse. Well, she knows, of course, what Pantalone is after. Her money. And she knows how he marries rich widows and how conveniently they disappear after the wedding. She's pretty smart for a stupid person. After all, she wasn't born yesterday. How do I know? She was married yesterday, and I was at the wedding. And statistically, almost nobody is born and married on the same day. Ah, Pedro, look at them. What is it about a funeral that brings men and women together with lustful glints in their eyes?
I don't know.
You don't know? You weren't supposed to answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
That was a rhetorical question? What is a rhetorical question?
Why, a rhetorical question is one that doesn't need an answer.
It's a question that doesn't need an answer.
Exactly.
Exactly. Then why did you ask it? Oh, I get it. It's a question that doesn't need an answer.
Exactly.
Exactly. And they call me dumb.
My dearest Columbine, will you accept my most sincere sympathies on the untimely demise of your husband?
Thank you, Pantalone. We had a beautiful marriage.
Oh, yes, a beautiful marriage.
A beautiful marriage.
Yes,
A beautiful marriage.
Beautiful marriage.
a beautiful marriage. Why, I remember it as though it were only yesterday.
It was only yesterday.
Well, how time flies.
rich widow.
Rich widow.
Zucchini.
You're right, Pan. There is such a thing as being too proper. Wench!
Wench!
Hi-yo, Wendy.
Hiya, Pedro.
Wench, take the zucchini. I take it myself, but I got this terrible allergy to zucchini.
Oh, it must have made marriage to the Zucchini King very difficult for you.
Oh, you just don't understand.
Oh, no one knows the trouble you've seen.
Ain't it the truth?
Well, I won't impose on your grief any longer.
However, if there's anything she needs...
However, if there's anything you need, do not hesitate to call on me.
Wait!
Wait, what?
There is one thing.
Yes?
Oh! It's so terrible being a widow. My poor husband, he looks so dead.
You can say that again.
He looks so dead. He left me all alone and take care of all the details. So many expenses, so much grief, and no man to help. Oh, poor me.
Pop for you.
Oh, well, I've got plenty of money.
Oh.
Thousands. Millions.
Oh.
Zucchini was very good to us. It's just, I'm so confused.
Oh, what can I do to help, dear?
Help?
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 No, I wouldn't ask you. I couldn't impose on your generous nature.
Sure you can.
Sure you can.
Sure you can.
Oh. You're so good, kind, and generous. Oh, I think I heard the doctor calling. And to think people call you a miser. Thank you, zucchini. I'm going to have to chill out.
Well, I think that went rather well, don't you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What's that?
Oh, it's probably a little love letter or something. It's the bill for the funeral.
The bill for the funeral.
The bill for the funeral. Wait, give it back to her.
But
I refuse. You what?
First word, second syllable. Mother. You did.
Money. Pay for someone else's funeral.
Master, this is your golden opportunity. She's probably heard those vicious rumors about how cheap you are. Cheap? Cheap.
Your birds. Master, think of this as an investment. When you marry her, you get 1,000 times that amount.
Count the zeros.
All right. But it hurts nonetheless.
Master, why don't we just go home and I'll give you something to cheer you up.
Why? There's something wrong with it in this day and age now. It's not that. No. And even if it was that, it wouldn't be.
Yeah. But it isn't.
But getting back into character.
Yes.
All right. If I lose this investment, it'll be on your head.
But boss, if it's on his head, you'll know where to find it.
Pedro, go with him.
I'll be along in an hour or so.
Okay, but hurry. I think the master's very mad.
When?
Hiya, Harlequin. How's it hanging?
Bill to the left.
My dear friend, the captain, has his eye on you.
Me and him make beautiful music together.
I hate to see him treat you so badly.
What do you mean? He treats me okay. Me and him's a twosome.
Oh, I don't know, maybe threesome. Did you see how he was all over Columbine at her husband's funeral?
There was nothing. He's crazy about me. Him and me's gonna get married someday.
Mary, wench. Why should he buy the cow when he gets the milk for free?
You call me a cow.
Yeah, I'm saying men marry respectable women.
But I'm not that.
Well, now that Columbine's respectable, the captain is interested. Get the picture?
That's loud.
Ooh. And here he comes now. All hail the conquering hero.
Ah, my little baby chief.
Stay away from me, you slime.
When she come to Papa, I find the funeral festivities have modulated me into the mood.
You could just modulate yourself right out of that mood. Don't have anything to do with you anymore.
But when she, why the sudden change? Am I not still your courageous captain? The man who has fought fights, beaten battalions, trampled TAs, heroically hacked his way through a mountain of malcontents, a sea of soldiers, a canyon of cadavers, a room full of RAs.
Not baloney, you're a braggart and a jerk.
Brag? And why shouldn't I brag? Who has more right to vocalize his victory, both in battle and in bed? Do not maidens melt at my feet. Girls scatter like a gaggle of geese around me. Widows wail woefully for want. Respectable wives reject romance for a hope.
That's exactly it, you bozo. I noticed how you hung all over my mistress Columbine at the funeral. Now that she's a widow and respectable, you slobber all over her.
Slobber? I never slobber. I will admit to occasionally salivating sweetly, but slobber? Never!
There's nothing like respectability to get a man interested. Well, I'm tired of being everyone's wedgie, everyone's good time girl. From now on, I'm going to be respectable if it kills me, and any man that wants me is going to have to marry me.
Oh, Wenchy, Wenchy, Wenchy. Why would you wound me so? You know I love you laboriously.
Love me, huh? You don't love me, you love yourself, you filthy, dirty, conniving piece of Indian cauliflower.
Oh, you broke a nail.
Good. Come near me again, and I'll do worse. Don't cry. You know what that does to me. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm seriously slain. Cruelly killed by the contaminated cauliflower.
Now.
Oh, I'm wounded. Woefully, wickedly wounded. And the worst part is, I never learned to read.
You're okay, but you should try hooked on phonics. It works for me.
Is my face marked?
No, he looks fine. In fact, you look kind of cute with the tears rolling down your face.
Hold me, my wonderful Wenchy, my tasty little turnip.
There now.
Ah, that's better. Beneficently better.
Wait.
Wait?
Wait.
Why?
I gotta think about this.
Don't think, Wenchy. Come frivolously frolic with me. I'm begging your bosom down.
Begging, huh? Well, all right, but this is the last time. Tomorrow I'm turning respectable.
And who can blame her? Respectability has many rewards, but none of them are much fun.
Howard,
What? You can come out. He's gone.
it worked just like you said it would. I can't believe we got that old miser to pay for the funeral.
Ah, you were brilliant. You should have been an actress.
An actress? No way. The theater ain't respectable enough for a lady like yours truly.
Ah, you're right. Pennsylvania would never marry an actress.
Marry? I wouldn't marry that old penny pincher if he were the last man on earth. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. I hear he bumps off his wives as soon as he gets their dough.
Everybody thinks you're going to marry him. The rumors are all over town.
How do you know?
I spread them myself. But what about the candy and the flowers and the love letters he's been sending you?
I never got none of that stuff.
Well, only because I forgot to tell him to give them to you.
Oh, my aching asparagus! Then it's true. He's gonna marry me. Oh, you've got to help me. What should I do?
You should go right to him and tell him to call things off before an engagement's announced.
I'm gonna give that guy a piece of my...
Give me an hour so to set things up.
Then you'll have it? Oh.
Of course.
Oh, Hans, you are truly a good friend and a fine human being.
Shucks. I do what I can. Now go home and get yourself ready.
Okay. And Harp, I'll never forget what you're doing for me.
Hark! Do I detect the budding romance? Oh, what a lot party this is not.
Gee, it looks like we might be related.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. My God. Love takes many forms, some of them incomprehensible. Well, only the women in black remain, but that's a secret I must not share with you.
Hey, buddy, not so fast. What's with the secrets here? We pay good money to see this show, and we want to know what's going on.
Oh, yeah? Well, Pantalone has sworn me into secrecy. You would kill me if I told.
Oh, come on. We already figured out you do just what you feel like doing. You jerk that Pantalone guy around like a yo-yo, so don't give me any of that crap.
Yeah? Crap? Well, maybe I don't like being told what to do, especially by someone who doesn't even know the plot.
What smart? Let's hear about these women, or I'm going to demand a refund.
All right, all right. Whatever happened to the good old days when the audience sat quietly and applauded at the end?
Yeah, cut the commentary and stick to the plot.
Fine. Isabella, girls, come on down! Hey! Isabella here was Pantalone's first wife. He married her, then soon found she wouldn't part with a penny. So he locked her up, threw away the key, and told everyone she died. He inherited the money, and he liked this arrangement so much, he married another rich widow, and another, and another. And he's on the lookout, so you might be next.
Hey, lady, why do you put up with this? Why don't you make a break for it?
Zucchini thrive in a temperate climate.
What is wrong with that?
Pantalone drugs their food to keep them docile.
He gives them drugs?
Every morning, cocaine on the cornflakes, don't you know? Actually, he drugs their lentils. And that's all I'm going to tell you, so sit down and shut up.
Oh, yeah? Refund!
Yeah, refund. You'll get your refund, but you never find out what happened. Come on, girls, it's showtime.
I'm depressed. Funerals always depress me. Especially funerals I have to pay for.
Gee, that's too bad, boss.
Where's Hollywood? He's late. He promised me a surprise, and he's late. Where is he?
Gee, I don't know.
Gee, you don't know? Is that your only line in this damn play? Don't just stand there drooling. Amuse me and surprise me. You idiot! You bumbling rutabaga! I'll get you, and you'll be sorry you ever saw a penny in your life. It's about time you got here, Hollywood.
But look what I brought you. Hollywood, I do believe you are a genius. Ah, shucks, boss. You only say that because you know it's true.
Well, in any case, it's just if I needed.
I know how much you love to hear your former wives tap dance. It sounds just like the heavenly jingle-jangle of coins.
Well, what are you waiting for? The money song!
The money song.
The money song.
The money song. We hear and obey you, husband.
The money song.
Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, national debt, pocket tuition.
Who's that? Pedro, you fool, get the door!
Gee whiz, I wonder who that could be.
Announcing Lady Columbine.
Announcing Lady Columbine.
Lady Columbine. Oh, your visit does me a great honor.
Well, I ain't gonna honor you. In fact, I'm pretty ticked off at you.
But what have I done?
Sending me love letters, candy, flowers.
I never sent you a gift.
But you will. How do you think it looks? Chasing after me in public with my husband barely cold in his grave? You're getting pretty big ideas, little man. And now there's this stupid rumor going around that you and me are going to get married.
Well, it's what I hope and dream for, my precious.
I wouldn't marry you if you're the last man
Oh, that hurt. That hurt me. You're just going to abandon me. Leave me out there in the cold. Make me the laughing stock of the town. Another unwed father. And at my age, oh, the shame.
That's your problem, Hans.
I won't just be my shame, I assure you. I'll tell the world how you used me and threw me away like a moldy piece of lettuce. I will cry your name from the highest steps of the church, and your newfound respectability will be gone like that. Like that. Harlequin, my coach, to the church.
To that church.
Wait! Something screwy. If you're pregnant, I'm a pickled artichoke. I want proof. I want verification.
Perhaps the doctor.
Yeah, the doctor.
The doctor.
What?
Not you, my dear. The servant can be so meddlesome.
Let's go. Now, to the doctor. See if what you say is true.
Won't you take my word for it?
Why should I? You wouldn't be the first man to try to trap a woman in a marriage with a story like that.
You wouldn't?
From the doctor
To the church? For a wedding to the church.
To the church.
first, to the doctor.
To the doctor.
To the doctor.
To the doctor.
Pedro, go with them. I need to take care of the widows for about an hour or so.
Okie dokie. Gee, imagine our old boss getting himself pregnant. That's his age.
Isabella, girl, the word. Listen carefully. Don't eat the lentil. Anzalone puts drugs in the lentil.
Don't eat the lentils.
Don't eat the lentil. Just say no. Say no to lentils.
Say no to lentils.
Say no to lentils.
Say no to lentils.
Say no to lentils. Good, you can go. Say no to lentils.
Hey, Harlequin!
I had a feeling I might hear from you again.
What the heck is going on here? Lentils, artichoke, rutabaga, zucchini? What is with all these stupid vegetables?
Stupid vegetable! How dare you call vegetables stupid? Vegetables are essential to life. Vegetables nourish us, sustain us, provide us with the nutrients, and makes our muscles swell. Our hearts beat strong. Vegetables bring us together and keep us together. Vegetables are one of the 4 basic food groups. Without vegetables, there'd be no poetry, no romance, no Mr. Potato Head. Without vegetables, we'd be trudging our way as brutish, beef-fed bullies in a desolate, unweeded garden of despair.
Oh, well, I never thought about it that way.
It's true. Most people never think about a vegetable. Until it is gone, they do not truly appreciate it. But it's better to have had a vegetable and lost it than to never have had a vegetable at all. Thank you. Can't you two show a little enthusiasm?
Wow. You sure are agile.
Yes, indeed. Quite remarkable, really. My wit is caught. My dear sir, it is grossly impolite to speak with your mouth full.
Doc, give us a hand, will ya? He's bleeding all over my good dress.
Lloyd!
Quick, he's bleeding.
I think a little surgery is called for.
Careful, Doc. These are my practically brand new earrings.
Now which shall we save, the earrings or the lip?
Why,
Why don't we just leave it to chance, shall we?
Oh, my earring is ruined.
Thanks, Doc. Much
face marked?
Really, this is all quite unnecessary. After all, this is the second time this week.
You must have us confused with someone else.
Oh, no, my dear. That is, this is the second time this week for the captain. Is something wrong with your arm? Although you're quite right. It was an entirely different woman the last time.
No. A horrible mistake. Right, Doc?
Right, Doc! No, I'm never mistaken. At least in matters medical.
Doc, can I borrow those scissors for a moment?
Why, certainly.
Another woman, huh, Captain? I just say your prayer.
No. Please, my pleasantly pliable potato. Please.
Come back,
No!
you creep.
Do you think you could teach me to tumble?
I'd like to give it a try.
My, how interesting. Greetings, one and all. How may be of service to you? Charlie, this is most irregular. We must proceed with some measure of decorum. As Sophocles said, move quietly and learn quickly. But what's Espinoza? Now, Lady Columbine, what is the nature of your complaint?
Hannah says he is pregnant and that I'm the one who did it.
Indeed, well, highly unusual, but not unheard of.
What?
Well, philosophically speaking, anything is possible, of course.
Of course.
Calm yourself, my dear. My book. Now, where is that blasted book?
Right here, Doc.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Such lovely manners. Let's see. Where was I? Pregnancy. Masturbation. No, premature ejaculation.
Interesting
no.
book, Doc.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Sure you read it just for the article.
Of course. Here it is. Pregnancy. In order to establish pregnancy, 3 conditions must be met. Morning sickness, movement of the fetus, and prior intimate contact.
Pen, now you had it.
Calm yourself, my dear. We must never jump to conclusions. No, we must step, objectively, scientifically, step by step. Now pencil on the answer truthfully. Have you ever experienced morning sickness?
Definitely.
Definitely and doubly. Why, this morning, while in morning portentio, Cantaloni repeatedly tossed his cookies. Cookies.
Yes, cookies fulfills the first requirement completely. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Calm yourself, my dear. Objectively, scientifically. Now for the second question. Has there been any movement of the fetus?
My God, the baby's taking up a storm.
My, you little fellow. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now for the third question. Has there been any prior intimate contact?
I never touched him.
Never touched. Is this true?
Well, in the grosser, more physical sense, they never touched. But
What?
But he did give her his zucchini.
How is that supposed to be contact?
Miss Columbine, I'm sure the learned doctor will agree that your acceptance of his zucchini definitely constitutes intimate contact.
Quite so. In the words of Plutarch, one man's intimacy is another man's zucchini. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Wait.
So he is absolutely pregnant.
Yes, definitely.
Just because he's pregnant doesn't mean I'm the one who did it.
Quite so.
But let's look at the facts, shall we? He thought of her, and that thought led to his present condition.
Thinking doesn't mean nothing.
Oh, my dear, I must disagree. Pregnant also means to be intellectually fertile, as in pregnant thought. In the words of Descartes, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. He thought the baby into existence, and since that thought was the thought of you, you're indubitably, and without a doubt, the mother of his unborn child.
Oh, son mine, if your thought.
Things sure are getting exciting around here.
Yeah. I've never been so jazzed up before.
Aha! Scratched like a rat.
Oh, please don't coldly kill me. You indubitably want me dutifully dead.
Definitely.
No, please, wouldn't you rather wed than see me dead?
What?
Marry me, my magic little mushroom.
It is a proposal.
Wed with me, my wonderful wenchie.
Why?
Better wed than dead.
Pat, do you really care about me?
Next to myself, I love you most.
And you'll really marry me?
Most definitely.
When?
Soon, my sweaty, sweltering sweetheart.
No. Now.
Now?
Take your choice, Captain. Now or...
Then, by all means, now. Nervously. Noxiously now. My calamitous little cauliflower.
To church.
To the church.
To the church, to the church, to the church. We're driving to be right up the aisle, so to the church, to the church.
Say no to, let's say no to, let's say no to, let's say no to church.
Wow. Looks like something big's going on at the church.
Yeah.
Pencil only wouldn't buy live ones.
Wow. Big wedding.
Yeah. Want to get married?
Okay.
Glasses. Where are my glasses?
On your head.
My head?
Head, the one on top of your shoulders. Look in the book.
My head. Thank you.
Right, you're welcome. Thank you.
You're such a nice boy.
So was I. Dearly beloved, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Dear Pantalone, Captain, and Leandro, take these women in marriage.
I most definitely do.
I must. Okay.
Most irregular, most unorthodox. I do as quite the accepted and acceptable response.
They do, Doc.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Now, do you Columbine, Wench, and Puella take these men in marriage?
I must. You betcha.
Most irregular. Was officiating official and resident doctor of...
What was that?
What?
Right. Nothing, I'm sure. Continue, Doctor.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
As resident doctor of philosophy, theology, metallurgy, morphology, metaphysics.
There it was again.
What?
Maybe it's just Oktoberfest continuing on.
Metaphysics, medicine, and related natural sciences, I now pronounce you man.
There it was again. Surely you wasn't heard it this time.
What?
Right, it sounds like tapping.
Happy?
Happy?
Yes, specifically, it sounds like the tapping of the tap dancing widows.
Zucchini!
It's most assuredly a breach of etiquette.
Wait! This is Isabella, Pantaloni's first wife, and now her slave. But these are also his other wives. Surely, Doctor, they shouldn't be prosecuted for seeking their freedom.
This is most irregular, most unorthodox.
Can't you find a precedent for pardoning them?
Let me see now. Past dancing. No virgin sacrifice,
Great book, Doc. Can I borrow it?
Sure.
Ah, thanks. Yeah.
Here it is. In certain circumstances, it can be deemed justifiable, as in the case of the Radio City Rockettes, defeated by the Garden State, to tap a person out of existence.
They're finally free! Come on! Look at these shoes off and go to the
Did I mention they live in California? No? Okay.
I can't marry a zucchini.
Of course not. Why marry a vegetable when you can marry me, my tasty tomato?
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh, that was my big chance. Now I'll never be respectable.
Oh, Wendy, don't cry, please. I hate it when people are crying. I'd do anything to make you. Marry you?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah! But I gotta know one thing. Am I going to be the first?
No,
But will he be the last?
you betcha.
Go for it.
Yeah! Come on.
You too. Still want to get married?
Okay.
Okay, Doc, take it from the top.
Dearly beloved,
Love. And so, sometimes life is just death, and zucchini, and marriage. Remember my theory about marriage and death?
Hey, Harlequin.
Had a feeling I might hear from you again.
I think I got it figured out now. Okay. Colomon's got the captain. Coelho's got Leandros. The widows have their credit cards, and Wendy's got Pedro. but what about you?
Me?
Yeah, who do you have?
Well, I thought it was obvious. I have all of you.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. What, you never heard of a Harlequin romance? And thank you.
Well, it takes a strong man, baby, but Baby, I know your instincts simply please some holding. Baby, you mean every word you say. I can't help but do yesterday. And another who taught me now to love a more rule before this river becomes an ocean. Before you throw my heart back on the floor. Oh, will I reconsider my foolish notion? Will I need someone to hold me, but I'll wait for more. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith.
Our second song is Baby Come Back to Me, and our soloist is Mike D'Alessio. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Deep dop, deep dop, deep dop, deep dop, baby, come home to me.
I wrote my baby a telegram, asking to see her man, asking her to come back home to me. Well, I died in the eyes and I trust her. Yeah, I begged her, please help me. Baby, come back home to me. Baby, I want your love. Honey, I need your love. Baby, come back home to me. Got to have your love. Baby, I want your love. Baby, come back home to me. Well, there's no state for that you live, but it is what I need for you. Baby, come back home to me. I thought that you would understand I wasn't a one-woman man. Not anymore, so come back home to me. Baby, I want your love. Honey, I need your love. Baby, come back home to me. Got to have your love. Baby, I want your love. Baby, come back home to me.
Dip dop, dip dop, dip dop, dip dop, dip dop, dip dop, baby, come home to me. Come back to me, ooh, come back to me, ooh, come back, baby, come back to me.
Baby,
come back to me,
please come back to me.
Come back to me,
'cause I don't want to
come back,
be
baby,
alone.
come back to me. One more time now. Come back to me, ooh, come back to me, ooh, come back, baby, come back to me. Oh, baby, come back,
Thank you. We have one more song for you. This is a Paul Simon song. It's called You Can Call Me Al. Our soloist is Jonathan Last. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. 2, 3, 4, 1.
Man walked down the street and says,
Why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle? The rest of my life is so hard. I need photo opportunity. I want a shot of redemption. Don't want to end up like Carson in a Carson graveyard. Bone dear, dark in the moonlight. Bomb away my well-lit door. Mr. Beer Belly, he's months away from me, you know. I don't like all the stuff you used to anymore. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can be along up now. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me out. Man walks down the street, he says, why am I short of attention? Got a short little span of attention, and whoa, my nights are so long. Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who'll be my role model? Now that my role model is gone. He ducked back down the alley with some roly-poly little bat-faced girl. And all along, there are incidents and accidents, there were allegations. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can give you all I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me out. Call me out.
home, but then something happened that made me change my mind.
What? What happened?
Wait till I tell you. I've been in town shopping. I was going to get some Georgette crepe for that new blouse of mine.
Yeah.
Well, I'd gone into the Market Street entrance of Blum's. You know how Blum's glove counter is right beside the Market Street door?
Yes.
Well, I'd gone over to ask the sales lady where I could get the Georgette. As I leaned over to ask her, I stepped on something. It felt like a bracelet or something. Rather soft, and yet it was metallic.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't pay any attention to it at first. I thought it was a joke. You know, they do that sort of thing all the time in these department stores.
I know.
But as I started away from the counter, I glanced down at the floor, and what do you suppose it was?
What?
A purse, one of those little gold mesh purses.
Anything in it?
Wait till I tell you. I didn't want to open it at first, in case someone was watching, but I took it up to the writing room, and what do you suppose was inside?
What?
$400.
$400.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
In my pocketbook.
Are you sure it's real money?
Of course I'm sure. I'll show it to you later. I tell you, I didn't believe my eyes at first. I mean, I've never found anything in my entire life. All of a sudden to find 8 $50 bills. Positively, Gene, I don't know how I ever made it home.
Were they all 50s?
Yes, and brand new ones, too. They look like they'd just been taken out of a bank.
God, can you imagine someone losing that much money?
Losing it? Can you imagine finding it? I tell you, I thought I was seeing things.
Did you say anything about it?
How do you mean?
At the lost and found?
Of course not. What do you think I am?
Well, you might have been able to return it to the owner.
Positively, Gene. You talk like a boy from the country.
How so?
Because you do. Don't you know if I were to hand that amount of money into one of those lost and founds, I'd stand just about as much chance of ever seeing it again as I would of seeing the North Pole?
Well, you wouldn't expect ever to see it again for return to the owner, now would you?
Well, how would I know it had been returned to the owner?
Well, couldn't you identify it or something?
How?
Well, I don't know. The purse. Couldn't you have identified the purse?
It's a plain gold mesh bag. What are you talking about?
Well, couldn't the money be identified?
Money's simply money unless it's marked, and this isn't, for I've examined it very carefully.
You don't see any possible way by which the money can be returned to the owner?
Well, not unless I were to take his word for it. I really don't see why I should do that.
You don't see why you should give him his money back? Or her?
Well, that depends.
Upon what?
Whether or not I was certain he'd lost it.
Or couldn't you be certain?
How?
Identification.
Not in this case.
Why not?
Because there isn't a single thing about it by which it could be identified. Not a card or a paper of any type.
And the money can't be identified.
No, I just told you. Not marked in any way.
Well,
Simply money.
yes. Well. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to keep it. What do you think I'm going to do? Throw it away? It's just as good in my pocket as anyone else's. I could get new awnings for the entire house with that. And one of those radios I was telling you about, too.
Well, you know what they say? Don't count your chickens until they're hatched.
What do you mean?
Well, someone might put an ad for it in the morning paper.
And what if they do?
Then you'll have to return it to them.
I don't see why I should.
You don't see why you should return $400 to the person who lost it?
Well, that depends.
Upon what?
Whether or not I was certain he'd lost it.
This is all starting to feel very familiar.
You're the one who keeps asking the same questions.
I was getting the same answers.
What's that?
Somebody at the door.
Don't say anything about this. Oh, it's you, Mrs. Hampton.
Yes, it's me.
Come right in.
Good evening.
Good evening, dear. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Good evening, Mrs. Hampton.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Aldred. I can see you. I do hope you'll both excuse me for coming in without ringing.
Don't mention it.
And save me the trouble of answering the door.
Well, I do hope I haven't intruded.
Not at all. I've just gotten in from town.
I've been in the city, too. I came out on the 453rd.
Well, why don't you take a chair, Mrs. Hampton?
No, thank you, Mr. Aldred. I can't stay a minute.
Sorry.
Why not?
Oh, I'm too upset.
Are you ill, dear?
No, but I'd like to ask your advice about something.
Certainly, but do sit down. What is it?
I've lost some money.
Much?
Quite a bit, yes.
Where did you lose it, Mrs. Hampton?
I haven't an idea, but I think it was in town.
How much was it?
I'm almost afraid to tell you.
I suppose you don't know the exact amount, do you?
$400. Isn't that dreadful? Of course, I know it'd only be an item to some people, but to me, I feel terrible about it.
Now, don't cry, Mrs. Hampton. It isn't that bad.
I think it's dreadful to lose all that money.
Yes, I know it is. I don't wonder you feel the way you do.
$8 $50 bills.
$8.50.
Yes,
$8.50.
and brand new ones, too.
Hell.
Come now, Mrs. Hampton. You may not have lost it at all.
Oh, but I have, Mrs. Aldred.
Yes, I know, but sometimes we think we've lost a thing, and we find out later that we really haven't lost it at all.
But I've looked everywhere, and it's lost, I tell you.
Yes, I know, but you may find it again.
I don't think so.
Or someone else may.
But that wouldn't do me any good.
Well, it would if the person who found it was honest.
I'm afraid very few people are honest if it cost them $400.
Well, it may be one of those very few who's found it.
I don't expect ever to see it again.
Nonsense, Mrs. Hampton.
I don't.
Now you wait and see.
Of course, you'll have to advertise.
Yes, I suppose that's the only thing I can do. In fact, that's what I wanted to see Mr. Aldred about. Which would be the best paper for me to advertise in?
Oh,
Now, don't let me worry you, Mr. Aldred.
No, I was just wondering
If I thought it would bother you folks, I shouldn't have told you at all.
That's what neighbors are for, dear.
But I was so troubled when I came home. I simply couldn't stay in the house. I just had to come out and tell someone. And my dear, I don't know how I'm ever going to tell Frank when he comes home tonight. Because he said to me this morning, when I told him I was going into town, he said, "Do you think I can trust you to deposit this money for me?" And I said, "What do you think I am, a thief?" Well, he said, "You're always losing things." Well, I said, "There's no danger of my losing $400. Well, he said, "I should hope not, or we'll have to get a guardian for you." And then I go straight into the city and lose it. And mind you, to make sure that nothing happened to it, I didn't even put it with my other money.
Where did you put it?
In one of those little gold mesh purses.
Mrs. Hampton,
Yes,
where did you first miss the money?
when I was going up the steps to the bank.
Which bank?
The Franklin National.
Where's that?
Broad and Chestnut. And where had you been before that?
Well, after I came out of the station, when I got off the train,
Yes.
I went over to Wanamaker's to get some gloves.
Wanamaker's.
Yes, but they didn't have my size and what I wanted at Wanamaker's, so I crossed over to Blum.
Blum's glove counter.
Yes.
And you hadn't missed the money up to that time?
No, and I'm quite sure I had the money up to that time, because I hadn't opened my pocketbook from the time I left the house, and the money was in the big pocketbook.
And you went straight from Blum's to the bank?
Yes, I went directly.
So you must have lost it somewhere between Blum's and the bank counter.
I must have. I imagine I must have pulled it out without knowing it when I was paying for the gloves at Blum.
Very likely.
Or else possibly someone else opened my pocketbook and took out the little purse when I wasn't looking. You know, they do that, Mr. Aldred.
Yes, I know.
There wasn't a card or paper of any kind in the purse, was there?
No, there wasn't a thing in it but the money.
That's too bad. No initials?
No, I've always been going to have my initials put on it, but, oh, I don't know. I never seem to get round to it.
That makes it bad.
Dear me, I wish I had now.
Because if someone finds the money and answers your advertisement, he'll naturally expect you to be able to identify it, definitely, so that you could reasonably expect him to return it to you, I mean.
But then I could describe the person the money.
There may be a million other purses just like it.
That's true, too.
And as for the money, well, money is simply money unless it's marked, and this isn't, as you say.
No, it isn't.
So that really a person would be more or less obliged to take your word for it, wouldn't he?
I'm afraid he would.
And that's rather a lot for us to expect of people, isn't it?
Too much, I'm afraid.
Especially when there's $400 in the bargain.
You're right. It's a poor prospect.
Of course, the only thing you can do is to advertise.
Yes, I must, right away. Which paper do you think it would be best for me to advertise in, Mr. Aldred? Mr. Aldred?
I beg your pardon?
She wants to know what paper you think it would be best for her to advertise in.
None of them. Till you hear from me.
You need to look up the circulation later.
I'll telephone you after dinner, Mrs.
Well, that's very nice of you, Mr. Aldred.
Don't mention it.
And I really feel I owe you both a genuine apology for bothering you with my trouble.
No trouble at all, dear.
Goodbye, Mr. Aldred.
Goodbye, Mrs. Hampton.
I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Yes, I'll call you.
Be sure to ask for me when you telephone, won't you?
I sure will.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I don't want Frank to know anything about this if possible.
No, there's no sense in annoying him. Did you see that?
What?
She must have heard.
Have you told anyone?
No.
Then I suppose the walls have ears.
Not necessarily.
Then how would she know?
She must have heard from there in the hallway.
When?
A few minutes ago when I was telling you I found a purse.
How would she have overheard you? She wasn't in the hallway.
Wasn't she?
You know very well she wasn't. Who are you trying to kid yourself on?
I suppose you didn't take any notice of the fact that she came in without ringing, did you?
What of it? What of it? What of it?
Nothing. Only just think it over while I get you your dinner.
You needn't get me any dinner.
Why not?
I'm not hungry.
Don't you want anything at all?
Yes, I want to know whether or not you intend to return that woman's property.
Her property?
You heard me! Now, I want an answer. Yes or no?
What's the matter with you, Gene? Are you blind?
No, but I think I have been terribly blind.
Well, I'm glad something happened to make you open your eyes.
If my eyes are not open after this, it isn't your fault. I want to know whether or not you intend to return that money.
When I find the owner, yes.
More heck! God, how I hate that attitude.
Well, I'd like to hand over $400 to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that says he lost it. What do you think I am?
Please! Don't drive me out of the house.
What do you think I am? Some schoolgirl?
No, I think you're a thief.
Do you really?
Yes, more contemptible than the out-and-outer, for he at least doesn't try to justify himself.
And I'm not trying to justify myself either.
There is no justification for your attitude.
And there doesn't need to be any.
And there isn't among honest people.
So you don't consider me honest?
You're like a million other people in this world, honest as long as you don't lose anything by it. But as soon as you see where it's going to cost you $1, you begin to hedge, just as you've been doing in this.
I've done nothing of the sort.
You've been tinkering with honesty.
I've never taken a cent in my life that didn't belong to me.
There are rafts of people can say that, and they wouldn't walk back a block to return 10 cents overchange some clerk had given them. Pat themselves on the back, as I've heard you do, when the conductor on the trolley car doesn't ask them for their car fare.
The trolley companies have enough.
That's the psychology of a thief.
Have I ever stolen anything from you? Have I?
Now, don't start that, please.
Answer me! Have I ever stolen anything from you?
Look, a man's home, in the majority of cases, is founded on the belief in the honesty of his wife. You've stolen that from me tonight.
What?
That belief that I had in you as an honest woman. I remember a line in a book that I once read. What a little thing makes the world go wrong. A word too short or a smile too long. Then can be missed in the blinding rain. And life is never the same again. Your attitude in this affair tonight has been that mist and that blinding rain, and has shown me that my wife is not strictly honest for the sake of being so. And honesty is such a passion with me that as far as you are concerned, life will never absolutely be the same again. So I can never absolutely trust you again. Sorry we had to find that out. Sorry that if I lost $1 million.
Well, if you hadn't been so strictly honest all your life, maybe we would have had $1 million by now.
Yes, but we'd have gotten it the way you're getting that $400.
And the way I intend on keeping it, incidentally.
All right, listen to this. Hello, operator. Yes, I'd like Wayne 137D, please. Thank you. Hello, Mrs. Hampton. Is Mrs. Hampton there? Hi, Mr. Aldred. I have some very good news for you.
If you tell her I found that money, I'll deny it.
Your money's been found.
Oh, you silly fool.
Yes, I found it.
You did, then you'll pay it.
Yeah, thought I'd give you a bit of a scare.
For I'm certain I won't. Where's my pocketbook?
You must have been very careless to lose all that money. All right.
Where's
Come
my
over
pocketbook?
for it then. So then, bye now.
Listen, have you seen anything of my pocketbook?
No.
Oh, I can't find it.
Well, where did you last have it?
Right here, among these parcels.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's not there. I wonder if she could have taken it.
Who?
Mrs. Hampton.
Why don't we ask her that when she comes over?
Don't you dare.
fountain, please. All right, can you pass me through, please? Thank you. Have you seen anything of it?
Not a sign.
Why don't you like the light? Hello? Information? This is Rabbit China's Lost and Found. Yes. I'd like to know if a lady's black leather pocketbook has been turned in this evening.
Oh, it isn't out there. What did they say?
This minute.
It has been turned in?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's my wife's.
A regular lady's black leather pocketbook.
All right, hold on. They want to know if you can identify it.
Of course I can. It's a regular lady's black leather pocketbook with my initials EA on the outside.
Yes.
Inside, there's a gold mesh purse with $400. And in the side pocket are $26. Then there's
Hold on. Hello? Yes, a lady's black leather purse with the initials EA on the corner, yes. And there's a gold mesh purse, EA. No, EA, yes. And a gold mesh purse, and $400, yes. And $26 of her own.
5 5s and a 1.
In cash, yes. 5 5s and a 1. Yes. Oh, they want more identification. Quick!
There's a silver vanity case and a gold bracelet with the clasp broken.
Yes.
Then there's a tax receipt and a sample of Georgette crepe. And
Hold on.
there's a pink silk
Hold on.
handkerchief
Hello?
with my initial E in the
Hello?
corner.
Yes, there's a silver vanity case and a bracelet.
Broken.
A broken bracelet. Yes, the bracelet is broken. Yes. Oh.
What is it?
All right then. I'll come for tomorrow then. Thank you very much. Bye.
Is everything all right?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Can you imagine if I'd lost that?
Everything but the money.
What'd you say?
He says that apparently the fellow that turned it in took the money out of it before turning it in.
What?
That's what he says.
Can you imagine anybody being that contemptible?
Don't make me laugh.
You won't laugh when you have to pay that woman $400 out of your own pocket.
Well, I'd have had to pay her $400 anyway, because there didn't seem to be too much chance of getting it out of you.
Well, you're not going to give her $400 of your own, are you?
That'll do. Now, where's that gold mesh purse of yours?
In that top drawer there. What are you going to do?
Where is it?
Right where you're looking. What do you want it for?
Never mind. Is it?
Yes, what are you going to do?
Look, go upstairs to my money box and get me $400. $8.50. The newest you can find, and hurry.
I'll do nothing of the sort.
You've lost enough tonight, I think.
I will not.
Look, don't you please oblige to have to tell us who found the money?
All right, I'll get the money. But I never knew, Jean, that you were such a fool.
Wait. I'll get it myself.
Why can't I get it?
Because I'd rather get it myself.
I suppose I'm very impatient.
I don't wonder that you are.
But it seems so incredible that my own neighbor should be...
Absolutely.
Why, I thought at first he must be
There
joking.
you are, dear.
Oh, Mr. Aldred.
Oh, you must have been very careless to use that much money.
What? It doesn't seem possible.
It certainly is a coincidence, isn't it?
Have you ever heard of anything so remarkable in all your life?
You must have been born under a lucky star.
But why didn't you tell me when I was over here a while ago?
I was going to.
I wanted him to, but he thought we should teach you a lesson.
Well, it is a lesson to me, I can assure you.
And we hope you'll profit from it, Mrs. Hampton.
You know, I never expected to see this again, and then to think that of all the people there are in the city, you should find it and return it to me.
Why not?
It's your property, dear.
Well, you know what they say, finders keepers.
Yes, that's what they say.
And that's what they do in the majority of cases.
So that it really makes me cry to think that there are honest people in the world after all.
There are a few of us left.
Yes, one or two.
And now, Mr. Aldrin, I must insist upon your taking a reward.
No, I couldn't possibly.
Well, you found it.
Well, you lost it.
Well, then, I'm going to give you a present of some kind anyway.
All right.
Anything you say.
A pair of suspenders.
Oh, it'll be something better than that, I can promise you. But I must be going. Frank will be home any minute. I'll run over this evening.
Yes, do.
I want to hear all the particulars. And Mr. Aldrin, I don't know how to thank you.
Don't mention it.
Well, that's very nice of you, I must say.
Do run over this evening.
Yes, I shall, right after dinner. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mrs. Hampton.
I'm so grateful to you.
Not at all.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
How do you open this thing?
What is it?
Your purse.
My purse?
Yes.
Where did you get it?
On the desk there.
But I thought you gave my purse to her.
Well, I gave her her own.
But her purse was in my black leather pocketbook.
Well, I found your black leather pocketbook.
Where?
In the hallway there as I was coming in this evening.
Then why did you call the rapid transit?
I didn't.
You talked to somebody on the phone.
I did not.
You did! I heard you!
I had my finger on the hook.
Oh, you're very nice of her.
And very honest, I hope.
Where's my $26?
Is it there?
No, it isn't.
What do you think of that?
I suppose you gave that to her, too.
No.
Well, it isn't here. Somebody must have taken it.
I took it.
You?
Yes.
What for?
Because I found it.
Well, I lost it.
How do I know you lost it?
I just told you I did.
Well, can you identify it?
I just told you. I lost $26, 5 5s, and a 1.
That's only money.
So?
Why, money is only money unless it's marked, and this isn't, for I've examined it very carefully. I'd be perfectly willing to return it to you if you can absolutely persuade me. But under the circumstances, I think you would find it difficult.
Robert? He's up here! This is perfect. Did you know that? Sylvia! He's up here! This is a perfect shot. Robert, this is an Academy Award-winning shot. Robert, what are you doing? Looking at my Academy Award-winning shot. They give Academy Awards for movies, Robert, not shots. It's a pretty good idea if you want an Academy Award for your shot. You might want to have it down on film. It's not like we can invite the members of the Academy out here and say, hey, look at this shot. Robert, am I making sense? We have 4 minutes till sunset. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh, good. Sorry. Let's go square dancing. Ruben, don't bug me right now. I'm happy right now. I'm trying to pretend that you're not here right now.
Robert, Bobby, Lindstrom and Sachs are serious. There is no more money. There is no more money. There was no more money 2 weeks ago. We were 3 weeks behind and $6.5 million over. There was no money then. There is officially no money now. I don't like being an asshole, but it's my job. I'm production manager. And I'm here to see that things run on schedule and at budget.
3 weeks behind and $6.5 million over? That's right. You've been doing a good job, Ruben.
The final shot, one shot, and then the crew, the cast, the 694 extras, the cameras, the lights, the equipment, the food, the trailers, they all go home.
We'll all go home, Ruben. Trust me. It's under control.
You've said that before.
Well, I was lying.
There's no retake here. You understand that, don't you? We can't ask the Suns to come back up and set again because we screwed up the first time.
We can't?
No!
What if we ask nice?
God damn it!
What if we call the Suns agent?
I'm not fucking around.
Neither am I. Here's what you do. Call William Morris, find out who handles the Sun. Say we need a little favor. Say there's the possibility that we might have to retake a shot. And in the event that we do, would it be possible if the sun went back up in the sky and set again just for us? And you know, we'd owe him one.
3.5 minutes, Robert. Don't you think she'd be down with the crew?
The crew knows what to do, Ruben.
How the hell do you know?
Because we've been rehearsing this for the past 6 hours, Ruben. Because despite the fact that this is my first film, a fact that you've seen fit to remind me of 8 times a day since pre-production, despite that fact, Ruben, I am not an idiot. Because whether you know it or not, and I suspect you don't, this right here is the most important shot of the film, and I have no intention of screwing it up. Ruben, I have left no room for human error. At 7:37, the sun will begin to set. At 7:37, the cameras will begin to roll. 3 of them. 2 Panaflex 880s and an Air IBL. There's film in the cameras, the focus is pulled, I've checked them all myself 10 different times. I've got security guards posted at the cameras at the foot of the hill, and Ruben, I've got 26 kids out of UCLA with walkie-talkies posted around the perimeter of the shot. 11 minutes and 30 seconds. The cameras will roll for exactly 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And during those 11 minutes and 30 seconds, my 694 extras, already costumed and approved in their uniforms by me, will, in a slow, trickling, symphonically theatrical stream, trot the 4,560-foot diagonal from the ridge of those trees down past that blue flag and out of camera range. Roll credits. 6 hours we rehearsed that, Ruben. You should have been there. I ran them, and I ran them good, and they got it right the very first time. Kate's down on deck, she'll be calling the shot, and when she does, there isn't a man, woman, or child who doesn't know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So I staked out this hill, Jesse's gonna join me, and together we're gonna watch art being made.
Robert, you're serious. Whatever you've got goes in the can. If it's not releasable, they'll eat it. I swear, they can afford it.
Thought you told me there was no more money, Ruben.
Not for this. Not for a movie about disillusioned Marines in Guam playing war games that everybody in the industry knows is not going to make good out the box office.
If they didn't like the movie, Ruben, why'd they make the movie?
The hell did they know? They liked your plays.
Those weren't my plays, those were Jesse's plays.
Your plays, Jesse's plays. Who gives it?
Jesse, probably. Jesse's mom.
Look, work with me here. They went to New York, they went to a theater, and they saw a show. You directed, and Jesse wrote it. They said, hey, you guys want to make a movie? Here's some money. They gave you cameras, equipment, actors. Did you have a problem with the actors?
Oh, no, sir.
Those actors are pussycats, Robert. Let me tell you, those actors were dolls.
The actors never liked me, Ruben.
The actors loved you. You couldn't remember their names. You didn't like the actors.
Oh, that's right. I had forgotten.
And I'm asking you, did you have one problem with these actors? Did you have one star trip, one attitude case, one prima donna? Can you tell me those actors were really a problem?
No, Ruben. The actors weren't a problem. Talentless and vacuous, sure. Vapid, fast, a little insipid, good-looking, Ruben. Some of the best-looking actors I've ever seen. But no, Ruben, they weren't hard to get along with.
I'm sorry, my friend, but there was a limit to what could be done with the material.
Jesse worked very hard on this screenplay.
Yeah? Well, it's lousy. It's full of Yale drama crap. She should have stayed in a basement in Soho, where if the Oids don't understand what the fuck is going on, they give her a plaque. I have news for you. Welcome to the movies. If the Oids doesn't understand what the fuck is going on, they leave. And they tell their friends. And now we're at the video cassette, there's no sequel, we lose the European market, and there's no ancillary sales. And if you think that I'm some sort of mercantile, anti-artist studio puppet who only sees dollars and cents, well, you're right. But that's my job. And all I have to say is that if you expect to hand it $17 million to make a movie, with another $10 million to promote it, you better well be damn sure that someone in Des Moines is going to buy a ticket. You have 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Ruben! Great, I've got a question for you. Those people out there with the walkie-talkies, do they work for us?
Yes.
Good. I've fallen in love with one of them. I don't know his name, but he's got red hair and he's wearing blue pants and a white sweatshirt. If you could casually mention some impressive things about me to him, I'd genuinely appreciate it. I'll jot them down.
Ruben's in a bad mood, Jesse.
Why?
He thinks I've spent too much time and too much money making a movie about disillusioned Marines in Guam. And he thinks your screenplay's full of Yale drama crap. And he's worried that no one in Des Moines is going to buy a ticket.
Well, I'm not sure I'd say that the Marines are disillusioned. So
I'm going back down on deck. You have 2 minutes and 1 second.
Ruben, this is important to me. Red hair, blue pants, white sweatshirt. Tell him I've got a reputation. Ooh, champagne?
Oh, yeah. How's it look, Kate?
No problem.
It's your call.
I have to thank you for this.
Thank me for what, Kate?
For giving me control like this, for letting me call a shot. It really means a lot to me, Bob.
Well, you've done a real good job so far, Kate. You've got nothing to thank me for.
It's just that I was a production assistant for 4 years, and all I
sure you can handle it, Kate.
It's just that, you know, you're the first person who's ever really considered that I might have, well, you know, some sort of personal career goals beyond being an AD.
Don't mention it. You know something, Kate? I can tell right now that you're opening up to me a little bit. And I think that's really swell and all. But are you planning to go back down on the deck sometime soon and call the shot?
Sure.
I mean, you understand the cameras are not going to roll unless you call action, right?
I'm not stupid, Bob.
No, of course not. I just wasn't sure whether or not you realized that we were under 2 minutes.
Yeah, 1:35.
I need help, Jesse.
Kate, Bobby wants you to go down to the deck right now. He wants you to go down there because you have an extremely important job to do. And he wants to be sure you do it as well as he knows you're able.
Well, that's what I was just telling Bob. That I'm grateful to be given this responsibility, and I genuinely appreciate Bob's confidence in my ability.
Kate! Get down on the deck right now! Or I will go down to the deck, I will call the shot, and you will direct traffic the rest of your life.
Thank you, Bob. I mean it.
She's sweet.
Yeah, I know. Very quick.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you letting me call the shot, Bobby?
Kate can call play-by-play of the Yankees game for all the difference it'll make. The cameras have been rolling for 10 minutes.
You're kidding me.
In a minute 25, Michael will radio up to Hillary, who's standing by at the ridge, and she'll cue the Marines.
Bobby, you've been letting the cameras roll for 10 minutes.
What's the harm? Kate'll never know the difference. She can go home, tell everybody she meets that she called the final shot of the film, and they'll have sex with her.
3 cameras rolling for 10 minutes, and now they're going to roll for another 11 and a half at $1,000 a foot per camera.
Starting to sound a little bit like Reuben, Jess. It's not your money.
It's somebody's money, and it's being spent irresponsibly.
I want this shot.
You'll get this shot.
I'm making sure.
You're becoming obsessive.
If not now, Jesse, when? In the editing room? Do you know how many people get to cut this movie after I do? About the same amount that get to cut it before I do. Jesse, the unit caterer's been given more artistic control over this piece than I have. Well, fuck it. I want this shot. I've created a picture here. I've communicated an idea, an image, my idea. And I've done it as succinctly as a well-written sentence and as powerfully as a symphony. Well, the rest of this film, Jesse, might end up looking like Beaver Goes to War. But this shot, this image, is gonna work.
Good luck.
45 seconds.
Who's Michael?
Red hair, blue pants, white sweatshirt.
Michael.
35 seconds. 35 seconds until my dreams come true. How many times can you say that, Jess?
You mean how many times can I say that really fast? You know I've never been good at that, Bobby.
Please, God, please, make this work, God. No mistakes, God, just nice and slow and easy, God. I'm not asking for any special favors. I'm not asking you to interfere at all. Just please, God, please, for the next 11 and a half minutes, just make the sun go down behind that hill, and then please, God, just mind your own business.
Bobby?
Shh. Action. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh, yeah. This is for my children, Jess. This is for my little daughter. This is for Jennifer, who watched this with her friends and say, my daddy did that. This is for my unborn son, who'll look at this and say, I want to be just like my dad. This isn't for the actors, Jess. This sure isn't for Lindstrom and Sachs. Jesse, this isn't even for you. This is all for me. This is all me. Look at it, Jess. Just look at it.
I'm looking.
Yeah, but are you seeing it?
I think so. I'm definitely looking at it.
Try and see it, Jess. Put a frame around the picture.
Yeah.
Are you looking at it?
I'm seeing it, Bobby.
communicating an idea, causing emotion. No words, no sounds, no paints, no brushes. Just 1,200 acres in central New York, 694 extras running down a hill, 2, 3, 5 at a time, and an absolutely perfect sunset. I don't think I have ever been more fulfilled in my entire life than I am right at this moment.
Bobby, you don't happen to know if Michael's married or anything?
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, Jesse. I was seeing.
You know, when you've written a scene that you're all excited about, I'd like to think that I'm pretty supportive of you. When you've created something that pleases you, I'd like to think that I share your enthusiasm, Jess, whether it's genuine or not.
Whether it's genuine or not.
Yes, Jess, I haven't always been totally as bowled over by your dramaturgy as perhaps I have sometimes led you to believe on occasion. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm your friend, and like you, I'm an artist. And I understand the need to have an inspiration or whatever, you know, what?
Nurture?
Yeah, nurture.
Yeah, whether it's genuine or not.
That's right. I encourage you, Jess. I support you. I celebrate with you.
Except that in addition to being my friend and being an artist, you've also directed the last 3 plays that I wrote, Bobby. You've been the director. And as the director, I depend upon your skilled, trained, experienced, and objective eye to guide me through a very crucial polishing, a focusing process, prior to and during the rehearsal period. I appreciate the gesture, but in the future, and I think you'll find in the long run, that it would be much more valuable and rewarding if you told me exactly what you thought of my work.
I think your work tends to be long-winded and cynical, Jess. I think you have trouble handling exposition. I think it takes you forever to introduce the inciting action. And Jesse, your female characters talk and behave as if they just stepped off the Love Boat.
I said in the future, Bob. In the future, I'd appreciate it if you'd be very honest and specific about problems you might have with my work, so that I may reasonably ascertain whether to heed your suggestions or seek another director. In the future, Bob, not while I'm seeing this communication of emotion. And just let me say that while I give you full credit for creating this, the final scene of the picture, without words, without paints, without brushes, but for the 127 pages of dialogue which precedes your creation, this scene would be about a bunch of guys running down a hill for 11 and a half minutes. So where's the day?
Everything looks perfect, Kate.
Everything going smooth as can be.
Love to hear it. How's the time?
Well, in the beginning, it was about 10 seconds fast. But I called Hillary and we straightened it all out.
Well, what did you say to Hillary, Kate?
I told her to have Maureen slow down a little.
Oh, good call, Kate. You did the right thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad I have you down there, Kate. Down on the deck.
No, I mean it. I know you're really busy right now and all, but it's just that, well, I think it was really nice that you took the time and, well, had the inclination to, say that.
Kate, I need you down on the deck.
I just came up to tell you everything's going great.
And I appreciate that. But I can see that everything is going great from right here. I can see everything from right here. That's why I'm right here, Kate. If all 3 cameras burst into flames all at once, I would know the instant that you know.
Maybe even sooner.
The thing that I cannot do from here, Kate, is get timing from Michael and relay instructions to Hillary.
Do you want me to rig you up with a walkie-talkie?
No, Kate, I don't want you to. Oh, Daphne.
I don't know, Bobby. Why don't you try communicating an emotion to Kate with an image? You don't need words, Bobby. Long-winded, cynical, clumsily expository, tensionless, sexist words. Bob, I'm going to get back down on the deck. I'll check the timing.
Thank you. Jess, I apologize. I
nasty and inappropriate. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Jesse, we're getting up to the real meat of the sunset right now, and I would just like to watch it. Jesse, just let me live these next 10 minutes with your blessing and your forgiveness, and then we can fight all you want. I'll do whatever you want. I'll tell Michael you've got a 3-picture deal going at Warner's. Just, please, Jess, right now, shake hands with me and watch my scene with me.
Bobby?
Jess?
3 cows have walked into the shop.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
3 cows have just walked into the shot.
There are cows in my shot.
3.
3 cows in my shot.
Yep.
I don't understand.
3 cows are grazing in the middle of the shop.
Ooh. Jesus Christ almighty. There are cows! There are cows in the shot! Jesse, there are cows in the shot! Get the cows out of the shot! Oh my God! Tell the cows to get out of the shot! Jesse! Before I even begin to try and solve this problem, please tell me, Jess, you did the research, you wrote the screenplay, you read books and magazine articles. Tell me, Jess, are there cows in Guam?
Not on marine bases.
Fuck! Never?
No, never. There are no cows on marine bases anywhere. Guam, Nicaragua, Berlin, there are no cows.
Don't tell me there are no cows, Jess. There are 3 cows standing in the middle of my shot.
Bobby, that's because we are 10 miles out of Schenectady on a farm. The cows aren't screwing around, Bobby. They're on a farm. It's okay. Just send some guys out there and sort of shoo away the cows.
Shoo away the cows.
Yeah, send some guys out there and have them herd them off to the left.
Jesse, an entire Marine infantry unit is running right at them with machine guns, and they're not moving anywhere.
That's because they're all running past them.
Oh.
The cows probably can't even see them. You've got to send some guys right out to them. And then...
Jesse, those cows have got to be, what, 3/4 of a mile away? Do you know how long it would take to get a film crew, union workers, okay, to run 3/4 of a mile uphill, clear the cows away from the shot, and then clear themselves away from the shot? What the fuck are they doing there?
It looks like they're eating.
Oh, they're eating. Oh, good. And on this particular 1,200-acre farm in the middle of nowhere, I'm sure it's very important that they eat that specific spot of grass. And I'm sure it's very important that they eat right now, Jesse. I'm sure they have several engagements later in the evening with their fellow cows, leaving them no choice but to grab a quick bite to eat during this particular 11.5-minute period.
Cow! Just walked into the middle of the shot. I think it's pretty noticeable.
Oh, what makes you say that, Kate? What makes you think it's noticeable?
Well, everybody noticed.
Jesse!
Listen, we just this way.
Jesse, the sun is setting seemingly faster than it has ever set before in my entire life.
Listen, you might be able to salvage enough footage and then fudge around with the continuity on the sunset.
If the cows move. If they move off to the left.
Right.
And if they don't move?
You're screwed.
Oh. God, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? I'm such a good boy, God. I'm a good director. You know that, God. Why are you doing this to me? What am I supposed... Well, what the hell are they doing? They're bobbing their heads up and down. The cows are bobbing their... What does that mean? What? Do you think that means they're getting ready to leave? Do you think that means they're getting ready to leave?
I don't know, Bobby. I'm not a livestock psychologist. I don't know if the cows are getting ready to leave.
I think they're ready to leave.
Kate, on the other hand, does have a very
You know, you'd think that just one of those guys would say to himself, I'm an actor, and I'm supposed to be imitating real life. And right now, I'm playing a Marine on my way back to my barracks, okay? And there's a cow. I think it was somewhat out of the ordinary to see a cow on my way back to my barracks. I should use what's happening around me. I should use what's going on externally and internally. You think that just one out of 694 guys would somehow acknowledge the fact that they're running past 3 cows on their way down a hill?
Do you want me to call Hillary?
Yes!
What should I tell her?
Tell Hillary to tell whoever is left that the scene now includes 3 cows, and we're not going to ignore them because it would only make us look really stupid.
I don't think I can talk down on the deck.
Then go get it! Hold on! Wait, don't even bother. The extras have discovered the cows. The extras are acting with the cows. The extras are doing bits of business with the cows. I hate those cows! You know what? I don't think this is nearly as big a problem as I'm making it out to be.
Robert, that's the attitude you've got to have.
Because you know why, Jess? Because, I mean, sure, the audience is going to see those 3 cows there in silhouette against the sunset while 694 Marines file back to their barracks after having spent the most anguishing day of their lives engaged in a war game. And sure, the audience is going to see those 3 cows right there in the middle of the shot, but I don't think they're going to find that strange at all.
You don't?
No!
Why not?
They're cows! Everybody's seen a cow before. What's the big scream? They're cows!
On a marine compound in Guam.
You think people are going to pick that up?
I hope so, Bobby. If they just sat through a 2-hour movie and they don't know it took place on a marine compound in Guam, hell, I think we could put Rocky and Bullwinkle out there and it wouldn't make a difference.
I don't know, just call it instinct. But I don't think people are going to find this strange.
I find it a little strange. You find it strange.
I find it strange.
Kate finds it strange if we want to talk about playing to the lowest common denominator.
Do you find it strange, Kate?
Pretty strange, yeah.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to call down to the deck, talk to Michael, have him find some of the Schenectady police guys. Are they still around the set someplace?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then I want you to tell Michael to go have the Schenectady police guys go shoot the cow.
No! Buddy, yeah, have the police shoot the cow!
Why not?
Why not? For about 10 different reasons.
I don't have time for 10 different reasons. Just give me one.
You can't kill cows to make a movie.
Why not? We kill cows to make hamburgers. Why can't I kill cows to make my movie? What's the difference?
What's the difference between food and a movie, Bobby? Are you serious?
Okay, they don't have to kill the cows. They don't have to shoot to kill. Just drop them. Do it for crying out loud. I'm running out of time.
Bobby, allow me a very quick hypothetical here. First of all, let's assume that Schenectady police officers carry pistols that can shoot 3/4 of a mile, and that they're accurate at that range so as to be able to drop it down. Okay? Now let's fast forward here. Don't you think even the people who didn't find it a little odd that 3 cows wandered into the sea might be a little perplexed when the cows, for no apparent reason, fall to the ground?
You're right.
I know.
You're 100% right.
So just relax.
You know what, Jesse? I've been looking at this all wrong. Come here. Come here. Look at those cows. Okay? What do they look like to you?
The cows?
Yeah.
They look like cows.
Other than cows, Jesse. What do they look like other than cows?
I'm not sure I understand what you're going for.
Oh, okay, Jess, listen. I'm asking you to look at the cows and tell me what you see other than cows when you look at those 3 cows.
Sorry, Rob, I'm drawing a blank on this one. I'm looking at the cows, and the only thing jumping back at me is that they look like cows.
You don't think they look at all like tanks? Tanks. Sherman tanks. You don't think they look at all, in a way, off in the distance there in silhouette, like tanks?
No.
What do do you think they look like?
I think they look like cows.
No, you can't choose cows. Cows are not an option here. Those 3 cows are not cows anymore.
But they are cows. And they look like cows, which only makes sense because they're definitely cows.
Jesse, I'm asking you to be emotional here and not intellectual. Jesse, I'm asking you for once in your life to use your imagination, to pretend, to look back in your mind's eye, okay? And tell me what you see other than cows when you look at those cows.
You want me to be emotional and not intellectual.
Please, Jesse, just this once, for me.
I see love, Rob. I see children playing freeze tag in a sunny meadow. I see Fifth Avenue at Christmas time. Oh, I see a rainy Sunday afternoon by the fireplace. I see a man at peace with himself. Really? Kids playing freeze tag? I see cows, Bobby!
You don't think they look at all like tanks?
Rob, you are out of control.
I am in complete control. I know what I am saying. I can make this work. If you if you look at the cows and you squint your eyes up just a little bit and you blur your vision up kind of, I swear they look like tanks. And that wouldn't be weird, right? Tanks in the marine compound. That's okay, right, Jess? You don't think I'm right?
No.
Why not?
Because I think that when the ushers in the movie theaters tell the audience to squint their eyes a little, some of the audience will, just for curiosity's sake, not squint their eyes. I think it's even possible that some of the critics won't squint their eyes. And those people, the ones who chose not to play along, will think that those tanks look like cows. And they'll be right.
No, Jess, you're not seeing what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we have to send a guy around the country screaming in dark movie theaters for everybody squint your eyes right now. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, then what are you saying?
We have footage of tanks. We have feet and feet of footage of tanks. I just keep jump cutting every half a second to a shot of a tank. Every couple of minutes, all throughout the movie, just keep jump cutting 2, 3, 10, 40 frames a shot of these shots of tanks, and the people will be subliminally convinced that those cows are really tanks. They will be subliminally convinced, okay, Dusty?
Because you show them cows every once in a while, tanks every once in a while, they're gonna think those cows are tanks.
Absolutely.
Who do you think your audience is?
Idiots, Jeff. I think the vast majority are lazy, stupid idiots who can be convinced by a clever director such as myself with enough footage at his disposal that those 3 cows are, in fact, Sherman tanks.
Well, you're wrong, because the only person who thinks those cows look like anything but cows is you.
Oh, yeah? Yo, Kate. What do those cows look like to you, Kate?
Those cows?
No, Kate, other cows. Yes, Kate. Yes, Kate, those cows. Those 3 cows standing right out there in the middle of my shot.
I just didn't understand the question.
Kate? Look at those cows and tell me what you think they look like other than cows.
You know, I was just thinking,
Yeah?
with the way they're bobbing their heads up and down like that,
Uh-huh.
and you can really only see their shadows.
Yeah, Kate?
Well, I was thinking they look a little like boats.
Boats?
Yeah, boats. Tied to a mooring, bobbing up and down at their mooring.
Do either of you have any sense of size? Do either of you have any sense of shape and proportion? Do either of you understand that a boat and a cow and a tank are 3 different things? Or is it sort of like anything that can move is lumped together into one big pile?
No, but Kate and I are filmmakers. And we don't lock ourselves into conventional notions and labels. We give ourselves the freedom to explore and communicate with our surroundings. And we don't file the world around us into tiny little shoeboxes and label them black and white.
Those are cows, Bobby.
How do you know, Jesse? Kate says they're boats.
They look like folks. They look like cows. They walk like cows. They're eating like cows. They're cows. Trust me, Bobby, I wouldn't lie to you about something like this. Kate, boats float. And tanks have guns, Bob. And cows are standing right there, and they're noticeable. You could probably squint from now till Tuesday, and they will still be cows. And I've decided that they are the best thing in the movie.
You're right, they're cows.
What?
They're cows. They've always been cows, and they're going to have to remain cows, so fine. Okay. I thought there might have been some way of getting around that small fact, but I suppose there isn't. So, all right. There are 3 cows standing in the middle of my shot. In the most important shot of the film. Where the hell was I going with this? What was I trying to say, I wonder? I need to examine this. What are cows? I mean, really, what are cows? Well, cows are cows. But what do cows do? Cows give milk. And milk is life, right? Well, no, milk is milk. But it's also life in a way. Sure, mother's milk. Young disillusioned Marines. Young disillusioned Marines, what? Sucking, I like sucking. Sucking, what? Sunset endings, the last drops. Young disillusioned Marines sucking the last drops of life from cows because their mothers are not there with them in Guam. What am I saying? Wrap it, Kate.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
We still have about 90 seconds.
Don't waste film. Just cut it and let's go home.
Okay.
Go ahead. Say it.
Say what?
Tell me how I never had control on this movie, Jess. Tell me how I got all dreamy and lofty and boy geniusy and master filmmakery. And it all came crashing down around me. And every one of my screw-ups, every one of my failed shots at the moon is all capsulized in this 11.5-minute period, which I would say would soon be coming to a theater near you, except you see, Jess, I'm just a little bit luckier than that. Because Lindstrom and Sachs, they're just going to burn the negative. So go ahead, Jess. Say it.
I'm sorry, what did you want me to say again?
Your compassion and sensitivity are totally overwhelming me, Jess.
Rob?
No, Jesse, I'm serious. Go ahead, have a little fun at my expense. God knows I deserve it.
Rob, I wasn't going to say that. Rob, I was going to say, let's go home. I was going to say the only reason why this movie sucks, and it really does bite Rob, is that you had nothing to do with it. You were never in control. And neither was I. They made us change things and we didn't even know why. They'd ask for a scene in bed, so I wrote a scene in bed. It wouldn't even be germane, Bobby. They surrounded us with... Did you hire one of these people yourself? We didn't make this movie. Lindstrom and Sachs did, Bobby. They wrote it too. I got to type it. That's what I did. 3 months ago we were laughing about this, Bobby. We had a sense of humor. Bobby, it's a bad movie, and it's not your fault. Child hasn't died, Bobby.
I really, really wish you would not do that, Jesse.
Do what?
Talk about every problem relative to the worst possible problem in the world. Just because one thing is not as bad as something else, Jesse, it doesn't make it good. It doesn't become all right. The town of East Bumblefuck, Texas, is flattened by a tornado, but everything's okay because a nuclear weapon didn't explode. That's a bad habit, Jesse.
Not when we're just talking about a movie.
That's not the point.
Then what's the point?
The point is that Lindstrom and Sachs might just release this movie.
So what?
So what? My name's on it! What is the matter with you, woman? When we're in New York, you spend half an hour trying to decide whether or not to change a comma. When we're doing opening night, we put you in a hospital. Why the hell don't you give a damn now?
Because I take no pride whatsoever in this piece of work, Bobby. Because this piece of work was mangled beyond my interest or ability to reason with, by forces beyond my ability or interest to deal with. But they decided to pay me a lot of money, so I said, what the hell?
Jesse, this is not supposed to be a hobby, okay? This is not supposed to be a weekend tennis match. This is supposed to be our lives. I mean, this is supposed to be what keeps us going. And you're just standing there like, you win some and you lose some.
That's right, Bobby. Because you know what? It's not my life. And it's not yours. It's what we do for a living, and we're really good at it, and it's what we like working at more than anything else. But Bobby, your life is Nancy, and Jennifer, and the boat, and the Knicks, and your dad, and the tomatoes. My life is Michael. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head right now. But the point is that it's really just a movie.
I understand what you're trying to say, Jess. But, okay, so this isn't the biggest tragedy in the world. But you have to say it's at least as bad. I mean, it's at least on par with something like my boat sinking. If I called you up and said, hey, Jess, overnight, my boat, on which I have spent many invaluable hours with my wife and my daughter, and an incountable number of hours just by myself, enjoying the soothing comfort of the sea. And into it, I have put my heart, my muscle, my soul, Jess, that this boat has just sunk irretrievably to the bottom of the ocean. Would you have any sympathy for me if I said that to you, Jess?
Yes, if your boat sank, I would say I was sorry.
And you don't think that this, although certainly not a tragedy on the scale of something like, say, the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, is at least as bad as my boat sinking?
Does the boat have passengers?
No! The boat doesn't have passengers, just the boat! A $45,000 boat that I haven't finished paying for yet. And that I named after my first dog.
Yes, I think they're equally bad. I'm sorry it really has cows in it.
Thank you.
I am sorry.
Then help me.
How?
Give me some Yale drama crap.
What?
Jesse, I need an explanation for those cows.
Why?
Why do I need an explanation?
Yeah.
Because I asked God for a favor, Jess, and he was not listening. So now I'm asking you, Jess, I need an explanation for those 3 cows. I need something good, something believable, something real.
Something real?
Yes.
Like actors playing trained Marines, but making sure that their hair is in place before the cameras roll. Like war and death and killing, being reduced to a series of wacky and zany scenes. So it'll be somehow palatable to the 16 to 21 audience. You know, Bobby, after a year of this, I think it takes a certain amount of arrogance to assume that when 3 cows walk half a mile into the last shot of the picture, God wasn't listening.
You don't believe in God, Jess?
No, I don't. And I don't believe in movies. I believe in cows, though. There's some Yale drama crap for you. Wait a second, Bobby? What's this scene about?
No. You're right, Jess. Let's go home.
No, Bobby, listen to me. What's this scene about?
I give up, Jess, okay?
Bobby, come here. You're gonna like this. What is this scene about, Bobby?
It's supposed to be about the end of the day, the end of the game.
Yeah, but it's not anymore. What's it about now?
Now, Jesse? Now it's about 3 cows, Jesse.
Bobby!
It's about the incongruity
No.
between... Okay, it's about the difference, the contrast.
No.
Yes, to a certain point, you can't really juxtapose
Bobby.
what we're seeing here, Jessie. Okay, what we're really seeing here...
Bobby, what was going on in the scene, really? What was actually going on?
Marines were running down a hill.
Who?
Marines.
Who were they really?
Really?
Yes.
They were extras.
They were actors. In.
My movie.
When all of a sudden,
3 cows walk into the most important shot
of
my movie.
which is about
Disillusioned Marines in Guam.
subject to which we did a
Disservice?
what kind of disservice?
Great disservice?
But anyway, Bob, what's the scene about?
It's about a movie shot getting totally destroyed.
And if you don't think that's yell drama crap, then you don't know it when it comes up and bites you in the ass.
This scene is about a movie shot getting destroyed.
Yep, I could not have written it better myself if I had 100 years.
It's a scene about a movie shot getting destroyed by 3 formats.
Yes, it is, and you are the boldest director since Wells.
A bad film, which started as a good film, about a group of Marines who joined the Corps with an idealized, one might even say Hollywoodized, image of the Marines, but whose dreams come crashing down around them. This story is ending with 3 cows walking into the final shot of the film itself.
And you were saying something about God not hanging around upstate New York?
Robert, buses are leaving. Robert?
I'm coming, Reuben.
Those cows are a pain in the ass, huh? Ah, what the hell. We'll just mount them out. Oh, the sight, though. I swear, I almost pissed my pants.
Mad him out?
Yeah, takes half a day.
Mad out the cows?
Hey, the folks will learn next week. It's not a problem.
Why would I want to mad out the cows, Reuben?
What?
Reuben, I rehearsed those cows. I auditioned over 400 cows. Those 3 cows, they're my favorites. You gotta admit, Reuben, the camera loves them.
You planned those cows?
You believe this guy? Reuben, don't you understand?
You mean...
The scene, man, the scene. It's the whole statement of the picture.
The cows?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about something else. Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. I liked it. I really liked it. The buses are heading back.
I'm right behind you.
You know, I think it's gonna work.
Are you ready to go?
Hang on a sec.